with a driving range, cafe, and pro shop. Just starting the game, lessons are available. Take a couple of hours for yourself and stop at the Twin Lakes Rec area off Northwest Highway and hit the links. For a tee time, call 847-934-6050. Bender Dental Care, located at 217 North McLean Boulevard in Elgin. Bender Dental wants everyone to be informed, appreciated, and cared for at all times. To prove it, they now offer a new patient exam for just $29. That includes consult, x-ray, exam, and cleaning. Let Bender Dental help you have healthy teeth and gums for a lifetime. Located at 217 North McLean Boulevard in Elgin. Visit benderdentalcare.com.
This is Larry Jones, and I'd like to talk to you about my bank, American Eagle Bank in South Elgin. Has your bank changed names in the last 10 years? Is your bank another faceless branch with headquarters in another city? Are you tired of earning next to nothing on your savings account or certificates of deposit, or does your personal banker treat you like a stranger? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you're ready for a new banking experience, and American Eagle is the place for you. American Eagle is a locally owned independent bank that's rooted in the community, and American Eagle customers are greeted by name and treated with the respect that they deserve. American Eagle has an innovative program, Eagle Savings, that teaches your children to save while earning prizes and rewards. American Eagle offers great rates on certificates of deposit. My bank is located in South Elgin on Randall Road between the Target and Caputo's and is open Monday through Saturday. Give them a call at 847-742-7400 and a real person will answer the phone. American Eagle Bank, a place where you matter.
It's always exciting to hear Elgin business owners like Tanner Melvin of Side Street Studios share positivity about the local community.
Elgin is on its way, and it has been, and it's sometimes, we got set back, the pandemic, and it's been rough. Everyone has felt it in so many different ways. What we're trying to do is a lot of hand-holding and shoulder rubbing and being like, it's okay, it's okay. Mm-hmm. We're trying to get this town a lot more money. We're very lucky to live in this community right now. There's nothing like this around here.
Feel the positive power of the first shift with me, Marky B, weekday mornings on WRMN.
Attention all Schaumburg Boomers fans. Join the Schaumburg Boomers August 27th at 6:30 p.m. versus the Evansville Otters for Bark in the Park. Bring your furry friends for a day at the ballpark that's all about them. Presented by Golf Rose Animal Hospital. Join the Schaumburg Boomers August 29th at 6:30 p.m. for Fan Appreciation Night and post-game fireworks. There will be giveaways throughout the game.
It's easier than you think for pests to threaten your family's health. Ticks, which spread dangerous diseases, hide in tall grasses and even on your pets. Rodents easily invade your home, contaminate food, and can carry more than 35 diseases. Mosquitoes, which breed in standing water, transmit many diseases. Get the facts you need to protect your family at pestworld.org. It's that easy. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
You never know what or who you'll hear from on the first shift with me, Marky B. Like Tim Skoning, a WRMN news reporter back in the 1960s.
The jingles you all play, they were purchased by Dick Sutter. He was at some radio convention. He came back with this reel. I remember them playing that in the studio. We were so excited. We thought we were network now. And it's the same jingles today.
That's great.
Every time I hear them, I get excited about it.
I'm sure.
It's a lot of fun.
Fun times on the first shift, right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM. Ah, yes, fun times on the first shift. Let's have some today. Welcome to Studio 14 in downtown Elgin on this Wednesday morning here in the heart of the Fox River Valley. It is the 21st day of August. This is the first shift. I'm Marky B reporting. And the first shift starts every day with our Pledge of Allegiance and our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And a good Wednesday morning to you from WRMN and from the Fox River Valley Media Network.
Welcome to the first shift, right here on the Voice of the Valley, WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM. Don't get that excited. I'm only introducing Marky B. Exactly. Featuring local news and sports, your Fox Valley forecast, and local traffic twice an hour at 15 and 45 minutes past. Timely interviews, a radio shopping show preview, milestones and memories, and born on dates of the lates and greats. Elgin Trivia, and all of your phone calls, texts, and Facebook comments as part of the staff meeting. The First Shift is the most informative, entertaining, and interactive morning show in all of the Fox River Valley and beyond.
You liar!
Well, okay. At least it makes great background noise, whether you're at work, in the car, or at home.
Whatever.
Your host, Marky B, maintains an upbeat attitude every day despite the fact that he's saddled with an overall lack of talent, a delusioned ego, and false hope for a bright future.
Loser.
Yeah, he's pretty much a loser. But at least he tries.
Loser.
Welcome to Studio 14 in downtown Elgin for the first shift.
Loser.
On WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Loser. Loser.
And welcome to a Wednesday here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube as we get things fired up. Today, the 234th day of 2024. How you feeling? I'm feeling pretty good today. I had two pretty good chunks of deep sleep periods last night, as opposed to my usual one. The first chunk of deep sleep I usually get is right when I go to sleep till about 3 hours later, when it's time for the halftime break, 3 or 4 hours later. That happened again, but then after the halftime break, bam, deep sleep again, all the way until about 4 o'clock in the morning. So, man, did I need that. I feel so much better today, and I hope you feel good too. I thought I slept okay the night before last, but apparently not so great. Yesterday was a battle all the way through, but we battled through. We tried to win the day. We did the best we could. That's all you can do every day, right? It is the 21st day of August, 821-2024. That's the score as we hit the middle of the week here, and the weather's been pretty amazing. Great sleeping weather last night. Current temperature as we start the show today is 52 degrees with fair skies. That's right, 52. And today another sunny and beautiful day with a high of about 77 degrees. We got no rain in the forecast except maybe a very slight chance of rain. And that is only an isolated shower on Saturday afternoon. Other than that, nothing but sunshine in this forecast as far as I can see. Sunny and 77 today, 52 tonight. Tomorrow, sunshine with a high of 79 degrees. And then as we hit your Friday, sunshine with a high of 81 degrees. We do get hot over the weekend. Upper 80s for Saturday and Sunday. 87 for Saturday and 88 for Sunday with sunshine all the way through. Right now, nice and cool, 52 degrees this morning as we start the show. It is 6:15 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. And on YouTube, I just clicked on my camera, so there I is wearing my America's First Responders Fest sweatshirt this morning and getting ready for America's First Responders Fest more and more every day. Trying to do the best we can. So much to do. And the list, unfortunately, seems to get longer before it gets shorter. But all we can do is fight, and hopefully it'll all turn out okay. It'll turn out okay if you show up to the event on Saturday, September the 7th. And we'll talk more about that over the next 2 weeks, of course, and maybe during the show today. It's at Panton Mill Park in South Elgin on Saturday, September the 7th. And Panton Mill Park in South Elgin's getting a good workout right now. As last night, John Polero had his final Panton Mill car show of the year, besides the one that he has with America's First Responders Fest. And it was successful, a big show, a full parking lot full of cars last night. The hippie van did make it out last night. Van Morrison, as I want to call it. I'm not sure if the name's really sticking, though, but I can keep trying. And John Polero parked me right on the corner on the curb as the parking lot turns. It was a nice central location for Van Morrison last night. Got a lot of looks, and thanks for stopping by, Chick, and everybody who stopped by last night to talk for a little while. And thanks to Brad, Larry Jones's friend Brad, who did a little work on the Van Morrison yesterday and got the oil dipstick holder, the tube, back in where it's supposed to be, and tweaked a few other things while he was down there. You know what I'm saying? And so the van, I feel more comfortable driving the van now. So the van was taken down to the car show last night, and I even drove it to work again today. How about that? Panton Mill Park is the place to be again tonight, as tonight it's live music. Last night were the car show guys. Tonight, the music people come out, as it is Tennessee Whiskey, a country band featuring someone who works for South Elgin's Public Works Department. I believe he's maybe the lead singer. And they have a pretty good following. And a big crowd is expected at Panton Mill Park tonight, so should be a beautiful night for a little live music tonight. And 6:30 until 8 is the official time. Panton Mill Park, for those of you who don't live right here in the immediate area, is in South Elgin, right along the fabulous Fox River. 10 Water Street is the official address. 6:18 here at WRMN. So I think we're going to make it back-to-back nights in Panton Mill Park tonight. And trying to justify my social life by passing out flyers, passing out stickers, and advertising America's First Responders Fest with everywhere we go. And got some more flyers out last night for the classic car owners, and I'll pass out more paraphernalia tonight. Flyers and stickers about our event. It is 6:19. It is a Wednesday morning. It looks like Larry Jones has parked his ride, not his classic car, but his regular car. And he'll be joining Gregarious Gina at the executive table to stretch his vocal cords and get ready for his appearance on this show today. Larry Jones joins the Wednesday show, and so can you if you want to call us between 7 and 9 this morning at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. We'll cover some news. Pretty busy day around here in the northern area of the Fox River Valley, as there was quite the standoff in Lake Barrington yesterday. Schools were on lockdown for a while as they were trying to track down a murder suspect from Chicago. They finally got him. I'll tell you about that with the news here in a little bit. A man found dead, I believe it was a man, in Carpentersville. So some things happening to the north of Elgin. Yesterday in the news, the Democratic National Convention continues, of course, and we can talk about that if you want to. Last night was the Obama's night. Barack and Michelle both spoke. And believe it or not, they spoke highly of Kamala Harris. I know that's a big surprise. So, big night there, and protesting has led to some arrests in the Chicago area, but I guess that was expected. And if you watched any of the DNC last night, or are following it at all and you want to comment on it, pro or against, feel free to call Larry or myself on the show today between 7 and 9 at 847-931-1410. So I'll have some news for you. Maybe a little sprinkling of first shift 411 during the show today. That's always possible. sharing events and information from around the area. I picked up a new flyer at the car show last night about the 13th annual car show. United Fall Fest is what it's called. It's in Campton Hills on September the 14th. And I guess it's kind of a competing car show that day because September the 14th is also the weekend where the big Heritage Fest takes place in Dundee, in West Dundee. And they've got back-to-back car shows Saturday and Sunday in Dundee, so that'll be a busy weekend for car shows. I spoke with John Palero last night, and I had forgotten that this Saturday is the Paul's Car Show. If you like Paul's Family Restaurant, John's put together that car show the last couple of years, and that takes place this Saturday. But enough about car shows, more about the radio show. Let's get into things a little bit this morning. I'll have news at the bottom of each hour. We'll check sports. Cubs escaped with a victory over Detroit last night, 3-1. Javier Baez made his return to Wrigley Field. They made a big deal about it on Marky last night. Playing for Detroit, Javier is the shell of his former self. I'm not sure what happened. I have not followed his career this year, but I saw last night he was batting ninth in the Detroit Tigers lineup and was batting 184 with 6 home runs and 37 RBIs. And I didn't see if he batted a fourth time in the ninth inning because I shut it off after 8, but he was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Yeah, that's Javier Baez. Playing for Detroit last night against the Cubs, and the Cubs won 3-1. I decided not to watch the ninth and hope the Cubs held on, which they were able to. For all I know, Baez struck out to end the game. I don't know. 6:23 here at WRMN. So news and sports coming up during the show today. Again, call us at 847-931-1410. We're on YouTube today. Of course, at WRMN Radio on YouTube. If you want to be a part of the Beehive Bar and Grill and kick it with me, Marky B, then get in on YouTube at WRMN Radio on YouTube. Or you can send a text to our information line at 505-926-1410. It's the Image 360 information line. Yes, it's brought to you by Image 360, 506 Sundown Road, South Elgin. Bold Solutions, exceptional support at Image 360 in South Elgin. 624 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Today in music history, we celebrate the birthday, what would have been the birthday, of Kenny Rogers. Singer, songwriter, entrepreneur. Didn't he have a grill? No, that was George Foreman. He had some chicken or something, right? I don't know. Kenny Rogers has charted more than 120 hit singles across various music genres, topping the country and pop album charts for more than 200 individual weeks in the United States alone. He was voted favorite singer of all time in a 1986 joint poll by readers of both USA Today and People. Rogers died on the 20th of March, 2020, right when COVID started. Age 81 from natural causes, it says here. Wonder if Kenny had one of the first cases of COVID. Kenny Rogers. So we'll celebrate Kenny's birthday today, probably by playing a couple of songs. We do have a 9 o'clock hour of more music today with me, so a good chance to play a little more Kenny Rogers. But we'll start the morning right now with some Kenny Rogers and one of his many love songs. This one is Through the Years. News coming up at the bottom of the hour here on the first shift on WRMN.
I can't remember when you weren't there, when I didn't care for anyone but you. I swear we've been through everything there is. Can't imagine anything we've missed. Can't imagine anything the two of us can't do. Through the years, you've never let me down. You've turned my life around. The sweetest days I found with you. Through loved the life we've made, and I'm so glad I stayed right here with you through the years. I can't remember what I used to do, who I trusted, who I listened to before. I swear you've taught me everything I know. Can't imagine needing someone so, but through the years it seems to me I need you more and more. Through the years, through all the good and bad, I know how much we had. I've always been so glad to be with you. Through the years, it's better every day. You've kissed my tears away. As long as it's okay, I'll stay with you through the years. Through the years when everything went wrong, together we were strong. I know that I belong right here with you. Through the years, I never had a doubt we'd always work things out. I've learned what life's about by loving you through the years. Through the years, you've never let me down. You turned my life around. The sweetest days I found with you. Through the years, it's better every day. You've kissed my tears away. As long as it's okay, I'll stay with you through the
Kenny Rogers. Yeah, I can see why he was voted America's favorite singer back in 1986. Through the years, to get us started this morning, part of our music part of the program, which will have a more music hour coming up in the 9 o'clock hour today. Between 9 and 10, right before Out to Lunch with Magnificent Matt, who is on the air today between 10 and 1. I think he's going to get a massage on the air today. We'll see how that works out. And all of that to come on this Wednesday on WRMN. Beautiful outside right now. We have 52 degrees. We're headed for a high of 77 on a Wednesday.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan. Brought to you by Linzess. Batavia Park District is set to unveil 2 new parks with the dedication of Peter Frieders Park and Coventry Park on August 24th. The opening ceremony for Peter Frieders Park is scheduled for 10 a.m., followed by Coventry Park at 11 a.m. Both ceremonies will be overseen by members of the Parks Department and will feature a ribbon cutting. The City of Elgin launching a Civilian Review Board, or CRB, to oversee the city's police department. The initiative aims to enhance oversight on recruitment practices and ensure the police force reflects the community's racial, gender, and cultural diversity. You can find out about being a part of the board by contacting the City of Elgin. The Elgin Police Department has welcomed Natalie Cook as its new community outreach and reentry specialist. With a background in probation and case management, Cook is set to lead initiatives that support individuals reintegrating into the community after incarceration. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
At Lowe's, Lowe's. Save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 1 pallet or more of select shingles. Plus save 10% when you buy 68 or more select OSB sheathing. And if you find a lower price in-store or online, we'll match it. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at Lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Cubs beat the Tigers 3-1 at Wrigley Field on Tuesday. Javier Assad improves to 6-3, 7 strikeouts over 5 2/3. He allowed 6 hits. Cody Bellinger hit an RBI double in the 5th, and Dansby Swanson ripped a solo homer in the 6th. Chicago's now second in the NL Central, but they're 11.5 games out of first place behind Milwaukee. The Cubs remain 5.5 games out of a wild card in the National League. The Giants beat the White Sox 4-1 in San Francisco. Robbie Ray, 9 strikeouts over 6 2/3. The White Sox lost their 4th in a row and clinched their 14th consecutive series defeat. They're just 3-30 over their last 33 games. The Bears wrap up the preseason tomorrow against the Chiefs. Top overall pick Caleb Williams won't play in the game. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
It's the perfect time to get a jump on fall style at Macy's Ultimate Shopping Event, where you'll find incredible savings on the wardrobe update you need. Shop great looks you can wear now and later, with an extra 25% off designer brands that rarely go on sale, and 15% off your favorite makeup, fragrance, skincare, and more. Get ready for your best fall yet. Today at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Last year's RV trip, we met a couple with the same bumper sticker. What are the odds?
Your cousin isn't a good storyteller.
He was a podiatrist, or was it a pharmacist? Huh, you don't say. Oh, I can't remember.
But she owns an RV protected by Progressive, and you don't. So until you get your own RV, her stories are the most interesting stories you've ever heard.
Wow, interesting.
And when you do get your own RV, save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive.
Oh, anesthesiologist. He was an anesthesiologist.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other.
Twins Gyros, located at 4870 North Harlem Avenue in Harwood Heights, serves traditional gyros as well as its award-winning chicken gyros on a pita. Twin Gyros has a diverse menu that includes barbecue ribs, chicken dinners, Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, cheeseburgers, and Vienna beef hot dogs that have recently been inducted into the Vienna Beef Hot Dog Hall of Fame. Check out the full menu at twinsgyros.com. That's Twins Gyros at 4870 North Harlem Avenue in Harwood Heights, Illinois.
Oakcrest Residence is marking 120 years of continuous service for older adults, a private, non-for-profit community organization offering cutting-edge solutions for seniors with emphasis on personal choice and innovative programs. Located at 204 South State Street, you'll find short-term and permanent living along with daily options. This building is worth a visit. Blended with style and surrounded with historic significance. Make sure to ask to see the Cellar Pub, a resource available for private group rental. Really, this place has it all. During this 120th anniversary celebration year, the community is invited to join in for free lunches and programs. For more information, visit oakcrestatrium.org. That's oakcrestatrium.org.
For an absolutely amazing meal and attentive, smiling staff, try Red Ox Restaurant and Bar in Hampshire. They have a delicious Friday night fish fry. There's so many great dishes on the menu that'll keep you returning. Try their savory French onion soup. Then for your main course, choose from a wide variety of steaks and chops, fried chicken, shrimp, or juicy prime rib, done just the way you like it. Red Ox also has daily specials and a full bar for you and your friends. Visit redoxhampshire.com today.
When you need your banker, they should be ready to put you first. At Wintrust, you can have the banking experience you need and the one you deserve. Ready for a change? We've made it even easier. Our new sophisticated online platform makes opening accounts a breeze, but our bankers are always here for you. Open a new Total Access checking account in minutes at wintrust.com/fast. Plus, get $300.
$100 required to open. Requirements to qualify. Must use link to apply.
Member FDIC.
636. Wintrust, of course, represents Elgin State Bank, one of our great partners with America's First Responders Fest, coming up on September the 7th at Panton Mill Park in South Elgin. We thank Elgin State Bank for being on board with us every year since we started. Same can be said for Britton's Car Wash and our good friend Mike Warren, Mike and Laurel. And Britton's on Larkin Avenue on the west side, another great partner of ours. And Hopkins Grease Company is back this year. Thank you, Hopkins Grease, for being a part and supporting our festival. Some of our great partners that help us put the festival on and make it possible for you over at Panton Mill Park in South Elgin along the river. And it's right around the corner, 2 weeks from Saturday, believe it or not. Takes a long time to get here, but then it happens in a hurry. Special thanks to Glenn the Catalyst Camps over at Dick Pond Athletics. We're still trying to rally the troops and get some more people to sign up for the 5K. Please do by going to our website, WRMN1410.com, and click on the AFR Fest link at the top, and you'll see an option to sign up for the 5K. $39, and you get to run along the Fox River, and maybe you'll win. And maybe you'll come home with a medal that day, and everybody gets a shirt that we're producing for the 5K. And you'll help to support the festival, and it actually is at 10 a.m. with the fest starting at 11 that day. So be a part of the Rapid Response 5K. Thanks to Glenn, the Catalyst Camp, Sam I Am, a part of that. And we probably have to go run it one more time to make sure we have the exact length down, so we can set that nice course up for you on the morning of our event. Dick Pond Athletics, Arcades Bar and Grill, South Elgin. And I have my Arcades t-shirt on this morning, but you can't see it right now because it's under my sweatshirt. Special K, Carrie and Rick and all the good people that support Arcades and make up Arcades. In South Elgin along 31, it's become a South Elgin staple. It's where the cool people go. Hang out on the patio. Just about a block or so away from the river along Route 31 in South Elgin. Matt and Lisa over at Image 360, providers of our Image 360 information line. Bold Solutions, exceptional support. They are giving us exceptional support right now, and we look forward to continuing to grow our relationship with the good people over on Sundown, 506 Image 360. They have cranked out some great stickers that we've used as promotional materials leading up to our event. American Legion, Post 57, 820 North Liberty Street. The great people led by, right now, the Commander Mark Smith, who gives us constant American Legion updates about their Friday fish fry and their Queen of Hearts on Monday and all the other things they have at the American Legion. Post 57. And thank you all the good people that do so much in our community. The Elgin United Civic Association, also a partner of ours. Speaking of people that do good things in the community, the Moose Lodge, 799 over on McLean. They're going to be a part of this year's event. They'll have a booth. Greg had a booth at the What Makes Elgin Township Tick event last Saturday morning. And Moose Lodge, that's my service organization that I'm a member of right now. It's so close to the house. It's nice to go there, I don't know, about once a week, once every week or two, and hang out for some of the various food nights they have and Sometimes we go watch their live music or do their karaoke on Saturday nights. Moose Lodge. And the Elgin Breakfast Rotary Club. Maggie Byer has helped to line that up for us. Thanks, Maggie. Thanks for being a part of our committee. She stays on top of things like no other. And she has been kind of heading up our committee this year for America's First Responders Fest. She puts together the minutes at every meeting and sets the meeting times and goes to all of them and keeps us all on our toes. Maggie Byer, the Elgin Breakfast Rotary Club. Just some of our great sponsors. We hope to add a few more in the next couple of weeks as we work together to build a great family here at WRMN, as we are almost on the anniversary itself of the 75th year of WRMN. Next month, I do believe. Next month also, September the 6th, the day before America's First Responders Fest, will be the anniversary for me of my 8th year of taking over the morning show here at WRMN. Can you believe that? Back in 2016. September 6th, I kind of hung out for a couple of weeks, but then I took over officially, I believe, September the 6th for Paul, who was hosting the morning show at that time. Well, here I am, and I keep forgetting to put myself back on camera. There I am on YouTube at WRMN Radio on YouTube this morning, 6:42 here at WRMN. Let's check some news stories. A pretty busy day in the news yesterday as far as from a crime time perspective. And we start up in Lake County, Lake Barrington. There was a murder suspect from Chicago that was on the loose all day and had everybody scared. And schools were locked down, and finally they were able to capture this guy after a manhunt in Lake Barrington. Lake Barrington is where we were last Friday night over at Broken Oar for a while, watching the Hillbilly Rock Stars after we got rained out trying to see that other show. Lake County authorities have apprehended a Chicago murder suspect. He eluded capture in the Lake Barrington area for most of the day and eventually barricaded himself in an industrial building. And that's where they tracked him down. A spokesman for the Lake County Sheriff's Office, would that be Christopher Cavelli? I'm sure it is, said that 38-year-old Osceola Little, I wonder if he's from Osceola, Arkansas. He is wanted in connection with a murder in Chicago. He led police on a chase that ended earlier yesterday morning near Route 14 and Pepper Road in Lake Barrington. Law enforcement officers eventually cornered Little in an industrial building last night. After several hours, they were able to finally track him down. Little eventually surrendered without incident last night, and Lake Barrington was safe again. Barrington Area Unit District 220 informed families yesterday that schools were placed on a lockdown due to police activity. The district said it put the schools in secure the building and teach mode when there is a police situation outside the buildings. The lockdown did not disrupt dismissal of students at the end of the school day, but Osceola Little was running around somewhere in Lake Barrington, and they finally tracked him down. So, there you have it. That's Osceola Little tracked down in Lake Barrington yesterday, our first crime story of the day. We have a dead man found in Carpentersville. Let's see what this story says. I'm perusing the stories of the Daily Herald this morning to use their reporters as our reporters this morning. Carpentersville police are investigating the discovery of a man's body. He was found off of Main Street east of Route 31 in Carpentersville. So that'd be on the far east side of Carpentersville, right? 25 is like the main drag through Carpentersville. A passerby discovered the body at about 3:30 in the morning. Police described him as a white man in his late 30s or early 40s with dark brown hair. His identity as of the time of this story was not released. And I guess he was laying on the side of the road on Route 31 off of Main Street. Someone happened to see him driving by at 3:30 in the morning. Carpentersville Village Manager John O'Sullivan said the cause of death also is unknown. No obvious signs of trauma or injury, says O'Sullivan. There is a medical examination scheduled for today, so maybe we'll find out the man's identity and how he died. Anyone who has information or may have witnessed any suspicious activity in that area is asked to call Detective Sergeant Abdiel Acevedo at 847-551-3841, 847-551-3841, or Quadcom Dispatch at 847-428-8784. 847-428-8784 if you happen to be in the Carpentersville area and you saw some weird stuff going on along Route 31. A couple of early stories from the Daily Herald this morning. 6:47 here at WRMN. What do you want to talk about this morning with Larry and myself? Be a part of the show. Call us between 7 and 9 and bring up a nice discussion, conversation, and we'll see where it goes. I have some stories laid out for Larry and I to talk about. I kind of want to see what Larry wants to do today when we have a chance to talk. But I did get an email yesterday from the city of Elgin about the Civilian Review Board. Always makes an interesting discussion as whether the Civilian Review Board is needed or not, what they do exactly, and who should apply to be on the Civilian Review Board. I got the release from the city. They're looking for applicants right now. If you want to be on the much maligned or talked about Civilian Review Board, maybe we'll talk about that a little bit. Sonar helped me yesterday. I was having trouble accessing a video clip of a man who was homeless here in Elgin that my friend David Tees did a little interview with him in the Dundee Avenue area last week, and we are pretty regularly off and on talking about the homeless situation here in the city of Elgin and the future of Tent City and the services that Elgin provides. Is it enough? Is it too much? And it's a very interesting and intricate topic. But we thought we might play this video. I was thinking about playing it yesterday, but I couldn't get it to play. I think we're able to play it now. So we'll see if Larry wants to go there or not. We could play this video, which is about 7 minutes long, 6 or 7 minutes, and then get your thoughts on that. So that's one possibility for the show as well. It's 6:49 here at WRMN. A couple of early news stories. Let's see what else I have for you. One more crime time for you before we... I actually do have a haiku. I used yesterday's word provided to me by Blackhawks Brad, as I haven't seen a text from BHB so far this morning. And I never did use yesterday's word justify. So I do have a haiku using the word justify this morning from Blackhawks Brad. So we'll go there in just a moment. Blackhawks Brad every day checks in, except today. I guess he's making me use his text from yesterday. Justify, to show or be just or right. Let's win this day, says Blackhawks Brad. The American flag flies, the eagle flies over the fabulous Fox River, and prayer number 1 from Blackhawks Brad. 6:50 here at WRMN. We'll have our Comfort Keepers call to order in the next hour as well. We'll get into our staff meeting a little bit. And I have this other crime time story, but maybe I should save it for next hour. I think maybe that's what I'll do, so we can say a few hellos here so we don't fall too behind on that. From the Beehive Bar and Grill on YouTube this morning, thanks everybody for being a first shifter and for jumping into the fray. Linda Carter's first up on YouTube today. She says, good morning, first shifters. Have a blessed day on this Wednesday morning. She sends us a prayer on YouTube. Captain Keith, senior engineer, Elgin High, class of 1978. Back when life was great, I was 8. And Captain Keith says, have a great Wednesday, shifters. All shifters matter in the eyes of the captain. Big Boss Man, I saw him for a bit last night over at Panton Mill Park. He stopped by. And he also reminded me that he will have the day off on Saturday, September the 7th. Dino, I know you're listening. We can put the Big Boss Man on the list of people who would like to help us out that day. On September the 7th at Panton Mill Park. We look forward to a great day and sharing some fun times and some meaningful stage presentations, and hopefully Mother Nature will cooperate. She has the first 3 years. I know we have a lot of nice weather going on right now. Hopefully we can hold on to it and bring it to our day on Saturday, September the 7th. Big Boss Man sends us about 15 prayers to our prayer scoreboard. He had some errands he had to take care of yesterday. That's why he took a day off yesterday, but he's back at work this morning. Probably see him again tonight down at Panton Mill Park. Linda Carter's back again. She says, good morning, Larry. Welcome back to Wednesday morning and have a blessed day. From LC. Always walking in victory with Jesus every day. We got the Soto family checking in. Good morning, Mark, and the first shifters from Hector. Ninny Rose, Jeremiah, and Uncle Boom Boom into house. Raising the roof. And we've got 20 prayers on the prayer scoreboard. Hector and the fam checking in on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Becky Blue checks in. She always sends rays of sunshine. Happy Wednesday, first shifters. Enjoy your day with plenty of sunshine from Becky Blue Eyes. She sent us 10 rays of sunshine as she does every day. She brings sunshine to the show. Thanks, Becky Blue, for being you. 6:53 here at WRMN. And Dennis D. Not So Young. Saw him last night also at Panton Mill Park. May see him again tonight. Good morning, first shifters. Have a great day from Dennis D. Not So Young. The Nightmare on Elm Street checking in early on this Wednesday morning. And no nickname John. He's got our bad joke, bad pun of the day. Shall we do it? Good morning, first shifters. It's National Senior Citizens Day, says no nickname John. I did see that. Seniors looking for love should consider going out with archaeologists. I wonder why that is. No nickname John's about to tell us. They enjoy dating old things. Seniors looking for love should consider going out with archaeologists. They enjoy dating old things.
Please be quiet.
This needs to stop now.
Shut up!
Dating old things. Dating old things. No nickname John. I don't know. I think I'm going to give it my standard 7 on the prayer scoreboard today. 6:55 here at WRMN. A quick haiku from me to you using the word justify today. Please repeat after me. The title of today's haiku is Don't Settle for Less. If you justify things that are mediocre, you will not succeed. If you justify things that are mediocre, you will not succeed. Don't settle for less. The haiku of the day. 6:55. On this day in music history, an interesting tidbit in the music world. As the band Survivor was in the news, they filed a lawsuit against TVT Records after they released a soundtrack to the television show Survivor. Survivor guitarist Frankie Sullivan said, "It's unfortunate that after 23 years of building, promoting, and protecting the name of our band, someone can suddenly come along and release a recording that uses our name and takes away everything we have worked for." How about that? So in honor of that lawsuit, let's hit a little Survivor going into the top of the hour. Jimmy Jameson and the boys will take us into the 7 o'clock hour here. They had a string of good songs, especially in the late 1980s, and this was one of them. Larry Jones in a few moments. First Shift continues here on WRMN AM 1410 on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Headed for a high of 77.
There's a story in my eyes. Turn the pages of desire. Now it's time to trade those dreams for the rush of passion's fire. I can feel you tremble when we touch, and I feel the hand of fate reaching out to both of us. I've been holding back the night. I've been searching for a clue from you. I'm gonna try with all my might to make the storyline come true. Can you feel me tremble when we touch? Can you feel the hands of fate reaching out to both of us? This love affair can't wait. I can't hold back. I'm on the edge. I can't hold back. Your voice explodes inside my head. I can't hold back. I won't back down. Girl, it's too late to turn back now. Another shooting star goes by, and in the night the silence speaks to you and I. And now the time has come at last. Don't let the moment run too fast. I can feel you tremble when we touch, and I feel the hand of fate reaching out to both of us.
There's a price war in the insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call the Term Lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $500,000 plans and up, that's our specialty. Even great smokers rates. Protect your family today. Call the Term Lifeline right now for a free quote. 866-509-TERM, 866-509-TERM, 866-509-TERM.
Experts say regular auto maintenance is one of the most important things for your car. Meineke Car Care Center at 376 Sundown Road in South Elgin covers all your automotive needs. From oil changes, brake services, and emission testing, Meineke's expert staff provides hard work and dedication with the utmost professionalism. Need an oil change? Visit Meineke in South Elgin for their 23-point inspection. Call 847-888-9644.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 7 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by the U.S. Postal Service. The Elgin Police Department has welcomed Natalie Cook as its new community outreach and reentry specialist. With a background in probation and case management, Cook is set to lead initiatives that support individuals reintegrating into the community after incarceration. Batavia Park District is set to unveil 2 new parks with the dedication of Peter Frieders Park and Coventry Park on August 24th. The opening ceremony for Peter Frieders Park is scheduled for 10 a.m., followed by Coventry Park Park at 11 a.m. Both ceremonies will be overseen by members of the Parks Department and will feature a ribbon cutting. The City of Elgin launching a Civilian Review Board, or CRB, to oversee the city's police department. The initiative aims to enhance oversight on recruitment practices and ensure the police force reflects the community's racial, gender, and cultural diversity. You can find out about being part of the board by contacting the City of Elgin. With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Credan.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 1 pallet or more of select shingles. Plus, save 10% when you buy 68 or more select OSB sheathing. And if you find a lower price in-store or online, we'll match it. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, and great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Attention Fox River Valley. In response to listener input, WRMN AM 1410 is bringing back the live radio shopping show to your Saturday mornings. Join us from 8 a.m. to noon every Saturday starting June 29th for incredible deals and unbeatable savings. And that's not all. Our Redemption Center will now be open only on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So mark your calendars and get ready for Saturday morning shopping sprees with WRMN AM 1410, your station for great savings and local fun.
Take your family out or meet up with a friend for breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Elgin IHOP, located at 101 Randall Road by the theater. They're open for dining 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Stop in at 3 p.m. for happy hour with discounted meal deals for early birds starting at just $6. You can choose from breakfast choices like the pancake sundaes or juicy burgers or maybe a classic burrito bowl. Check out the menu at ihop.com today.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. Bears rookie quarterback Caleb Williams won't play in tomorrow night's preseason game against the Chiefs. The matchup at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. It's the preseason finale for both teams. The Giants beat the White Sox 4-1 in San Francisco. Robbie Ray, 9 strikeouts over 6 2/3. The White Sox lost their 4th in a row and clinched their 14th consecutive series defeat. They're just 3-30 over their last 33 games. The Cubs beat the Tigers 3-1 at Wrigley Field on Tuesday. Javier Assad improves to 6-3, 7 strikeouts over 5 2/3. He allowed 6 hits. Cody Bellinger hit an RBI double in the 5th, and Dansby Swanson ripped a solo homer in the 6th. The Cubs remain 5.5 games out of the 3rd and final wild card in the National League.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
It's the perfect time to get a jump on fall style at Macy's Ultimate Shopping Event, where you'll find incredible savings on the wardrobe update you need. Shop great looks you can wear now and later, with an extra 25% off designer brands that rarely go on sale, and 15% off your favorite makeup, fragrance, skincare, and more. Get ready for your best fall yet. Today at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Last year's RV trip, we met a couple with the same bumper sticker. What are the odds?
Your cousin isn't a good storyteller.
He was a podiatrist, or was it a pharmacist?
You don't say.
Oh, I can't remember.
But she owns an RV protected by Progressive, and you don't. So until you get your own RV, her stories are the most interesting stories you've ever heard.
Wow, interesting.
And when you do get your own RV, save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive.
Oh, anesthesiology.
One of the things we're proud of at WRMN is our connection to the local community. In fact, recently we hosted a fundraiser for a longtime listener, Gene Wheeler, and first shift listener George Rollinson says it turned out perfectly.
Perfection is a moving target. You try to hit that bullseye and you zone in on it. It moves a little to the left and it moves a little to the right. I don't know. I'd say we hit a bullseye. I don't know how that could have been any better.
Working together to make Elgin better. We are WRMN AM 1410, serving the local community since 1949. One of the things we're proud of at WRMN is our connection to the local community. In fact, recently we hosted a fundraiser for a longtime listener, Gene Wheeler, and first shift listener George Rollinson says it turned out perfectly.
Perfection is a moving target. You try to hit that bullseye and you zone in on it. It moves a little to the left and it moves a little to the right. I don't know. I'd say we hit a bullseye. I don't know how that could have been any better.
Working together to make Elgin better. We are WRMN AM 1410, serving the local community since 1949.
What makes a great pizza restaurant? The obvious answer, great pizza. A local favorite since 1983, Pizza Pub Wisconsin Dells has been serving up the best pizza in the Dells. Year after year after year. Not hungry for pizza? Try the homemade lasagna, chicken parmesan, burgers, salads, and an extensive kids menu. Or take a trip or two to the all-you-care-to-eat lunch buffet. Pizza Pub, walking distance to water parks and hotels in Wisconsin Dells. Visit the Milwaukee County Zoo this summer to enjoy so many species of fun. Home to more than 2,200 animals, representing over 340 different species. The zoo educates, entertains, and inspires. Stomp back in time with the zoo's summer exhibit, Dinosaur Discovery, sponsored by Sendik's Food Market. You'll be astounded by the gigantic and scientifically accurate animatronic displays. Touch, feel, and learn about the role of predators in the ecosystem. Running through October 5th. Visit milwaukeezoo.org.
Dine out with family and friends at Nick's Pizza in Elgin or Crystal Lake. Nick serves up award-winning thin crust and Chicago-style pizza. Eat in or carry out. In addition to Nick's fabulous pizza, let Nick's cater your events with pizza, pasta, Italian beef, and other delicious offerings. Their big banquet rooms can accommodate all your event needs. So, for great pizza in a Northwoods, cabin-style atmosphere, bring family and friends to Nick's. Visit nickspizzapub.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-234-0316. 800-234-0316. That's 800-234-0316.
The weather is getting better, and we know it's the time when ladders and DIYers come out. Before you start any new outdoor projects, ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any type of work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
As grocery prices rise, take your family out to any of the Tommy's Red Hots location for great food at unbelievably low prices. There's 6 locations to serve you for both dine-in or carry-out. Tommy's has a diverse, delicious menu for you and your family with crispy pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and their famous hot dogs, plus so much more. Don't forget their scrumptious sides like mac and cheese bites. To see their menu and locations, visit Tommy'sRedHots.com today.
Welcome to the brand new Avid Hotel, Wisconsin Dells Lake Delton, where the essentials are done right every time. All while in the water park capital of the world. Make a splash at Noah's Ark, America's largest water park. Or at the Land of Natura, Wisconsin Dells Natural Water Park Experience. Family fun at Knucklehead's Trampoline Park. And enjoy train-delivered food at Buffalo Phil's Pizza and Grill. Start your day with our free all-around breakfast featuring rotating hot items and freshly ground premium coffee right here in the lobby. And a 24/7 fitness center. The new Avid Hotel, 1273 Kalahari Drive, Wisconsin Dells. Call us at 608-404-7600 to book your next getaway. 608-404-7600. Once again, that's 608-404-7600.
WRMN says thank you to all of our local veterans, like Jerry Christofferson of True Patriots Care.
We had the 1,700 flags up across from the wall. That's how many POWs and MIAs from Vietnam are still missing. Plus, we do veterans and first responders funerals.
Yeah.
And so if you ever drive by a funeral home or a church or a cemetery and you see the flags, you know a soldier died today.
Go to TruePatriotsCare.com for more information. And veterans, thank you for your service to our country.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast, right here on WRMN 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Newry with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Whether you're working third shift or you're just a night owl, catch the most listened to overnight talk radio program in North America, Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Hey there, this is Marky B from The First Shift, inviting you to join Brian Anderson for his new radio show, Kane County Speaks, every Thursday from 9 until 10 a.m. during the final hour of my morning show. It's an election year, and Brian will discuss important local issues and interview local candidates from the perspective of Kane County Speaks. The show will feature open phone lines for your thoughts, comments, and questions, and the chat room will be open at WRMN Radio on YouTube. Kane County Speaks is citizen-driven and focused on making Kane County a better place to live and work with goals of freedom, security, and prosperity for all. To learn more about their grassroots organization, you can check them out at CaneCountySpeaks.com. Let's discuss the issues of Kane County so that you can get involved and make a difference too. It's Kane County Speaks every Thursday morning with Brian Anderson from 9 until 10 a.m. during the first shift right here on WRMN, AM 1410, and at WRMN Radio on YouTube.
Here are the headline stories from Elgin newspapers 100 years ago today, brought to you by the Elgin Area Historical Society.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago, this is the news of August 21st, 1924. Emil Sessler of Elgin was fined $75 and costs recently by Police Magistrate B.A. Dumser on a charge of reckless driving. The driver was arrested this past week by Officers Wallace and Struckman for driving a car while intoxicated. The charge is reduced to reckless driving. I recommend that the court fix the maximum penalty against this man. Attorney Charles Seidel said the state's attorney's office, this man was intoxicated, driving recklessly, and was even transporting liquor. $70 fine was then ordered. Another action, a drive to wipe out the barberry bushes at a harbor rust has been launched in Kane County by representatives of the Federal Department of Agriculture. Numerous barberry bushes that spread black stem rust upon the wheat have been reported by Kane County farmers, and hundreds of the plants are destroyed in the vicinity of St. Charles, Geneva, and Batavia during the latter part of this last month. It is the plan of federal officials to rid the entire state of the type of barberry bushes that harbor the devastating rust. Salt is used to kill the plants, 10 pounds being used for each bush. Many of the plants are in the groves near wheat fields from where the disease develops and can spread rapidly to the other area. Another action, it was noted that Henry Thoreau of Algonquin appeared in police court recently on a charge of driving an automobile while intoxicated. This was on a complaint of John Kennedy of Elgin. Thoreau was arrested by Constable Harry Thompson. The case was continued in September, pending a settlement reached between Thoreau and Kennedy. According to the complaining witnesses, Thoreau struck his automobile near Buffalo Park recently, damaging the Kennedy machine and injuring the girl. The damage was estimated at $200. Elgin 100 years ago was a presentation of the Elgin Area Historical Society, and I am Jerry Turnquist.
That's it for today. Be sure to tune in again for more news from 100 years ago. And don't forget to visit the Elgin History Museum, located in Old Main at 360 Park Street. You can find its hours of operation and programs offered at elginhistory.org.
It's the music of the Buckinghams here at WRMN, AM 1410. WRMN Radio on YouTube. It's a first shift on this Wednesday morning. And we're trying to make some adjustments here so that Larry Jones can hear your phone calls when you call in this morning at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. That's the number to call during the first shift here today. Welcome to the first shift. Plenty to talk about on the show today, and the problem is Larry can't hear, so we have to try to figure this out. So you're enjoying the Buckinghams at the moment, and hang on with us for just a second, and we'll see if we can figure out Larry's headset issue. Here on the first shift, it's the Buckinghams with Kind of a Drag.
Picture this, saving up to 10% when you bundle your home and auto insurance with USAA. Some things just click. Here at WRMN, AM 1410, WRMN Radio on YouTube on this Wednesday morning. What a beautiful day. Crimson and Clover by Tommy James and the Shondells. A beautiful song on a beautiful day. It's a first shift, WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. I'm radio's Marky B, joined by local legend Larry Jones today, and let's see if we got you here, Larry. How you doing?
I'm good, Mark.
Yeah?
Yep.
Wednesday morning, day after a big car show again last night, Panton Mill Park, South Elgin. Your car was out there, or my van was out there.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of people were out there.
John, I talked to John Polero toward the end. He thought, I think he said about 102, 100 and something like that. It's a pretty good turnout for a cruise night.
Yeah. A cruise night in the middle of so many different car shows. I kind of wonder if as we head towards late August, if car show owners start to get a little tired of being out all the time, but maybe not. You've had your car out a lot.
I have. I'm the opposite. You know the end is coming.
Yeah.
So you think, I think I'll just get it. Yeah, I've been out a lot. 2 nights. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I was out.
Oh, you went to Dundee too on Monday night?
I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
How was that?
Motoring Monday?
Yeah.
It was fine. There was a lot of cars there, cars I hadn't seen. The only thing I was a little disappointed, but I understand it, I guess, is Mondays a lot of places, restaurants and things aren't open. So, but the other side of it, of course, is you have plenty of places you can park your car. They close it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was still fun. Ran into some friends of mine, had a chance to visit with them.
Yeah.
It was good.
Well, thanks to your buddy Brad, the van's back up like it should be.
Oh, yeah, I know.
He found the place where the tube goes in.
Yep.
And so I feel a little more comfortable driving it. And I guess the transmission fluid was leaking just because the transmission pan was loose.
Just loose.
He said, yeah.
Had to tighten it up so the gasket keeps everything in. Yes.
So that's good news, too.
He's a good guy, and he has a real eye for detail. He looks things over and sees things. I look things over and try not to see things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So as a result of Brad looking at that yesterday, I got to ride my bike up and down the Fox River Trail a little bit because I took the van over there after the morning show. And his shop is right off the Fox River Trail, basically.
Right.
So that was kind of nice, riding on the trail on a beautiful day. We continue to be in the middle of many dry, not so hot August days. It's the 21st of August. We're heading towards late August, and we are not having August-like temperatures.
No, we're not. Although it's coming back this weekend.
Yeah.
Hot, humid, 90. Which, I mean, I think for me, last night, this morning, pretty. But I don't like it feeling fallish right now.
Yeah. I like it because it's pleasant, but I mean, I guess we're getting fall day, almost like fall days in the summertime, which means we're not getting summer days in the summertime.
I think there's no normal anymore, Mark.
Yeah.
Normal is abnormal. So I'm in. I'm going to be very popular. When abnormal becomes it, I'm in.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you want to be normal or abnormal or in, give us a call today on the show.
And you should.
Sure.
And I'm going to keep saying that.
Yeah.
I think our calls, and I feel like they're slowing down a little bit.
Are you worried?
No, I don't know if I'm worried. I just think that there are people, and not people that call just for the sake of calling. There are people there with knowledge. There are people with thoughts. There are people with questions that we should be hearing from.
Do we have the answers?
Maybe. Well,
we might not have the answers, but at least we can talk about it, right?
Maybe some of our other listeners have the answer.
Yeah.
We don't have to be the know-all people.
But people come here. They used to come here when they were jonesing for answers because you're Larry Jones.
I know. Well, and
maybe we've answered all the questions. There's no more questions out there.
Our work here is done.
Could be.
We've done too good of a job, Mark.
We've cleaned up the mess.
We've cleaned up the
100%. Everybody knows everything they need to know about everything.
All the questionable clutter is gone. I agree. But I just think that. I was thinking, I talked to you about Monday. I thought you and I kind of took this meandering tour for 2 hours. We talked a little about this. We talked a little about that, a little about that. And that was it. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to join us, the phone number is 847-931-1410.
Yeah.
And we have the Image 360 information line.
Yes.
Reach out to us that way. That number is 505-926-1410. That's a 505-926-1410. Linda Carter reaches out to us first every day on the Image 360 information line at 12:04 a.m. She sent us a bunch of prayers this morning. 15 prayers.
Hi, Linda. I'm looking at a new monitor right here that I can see you and I.
Yeah, how about that?
Wow.
You like that or not? Doesn't really benefit our show that much because we can actually see each other.
I know.
But you know whose show it benefits is Tammy's show.
Oh, Is that right?
Yeah, because a lot of her guests join via Zoom every day.
Oh, then yeah, it is handy. Yes.
She has like 2 or 3 of her friends that chime in from different parts of the country, actually. One from Dallas, Texas most every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so that way they can tell when each other is finished talking.
I understand that completely.
Yeah, we've had that issue before, haven't we?
We really have, yes. Mm-hmm.
So that monitor serves her well. Thanks, Tammy, for being a part of the station. She has kind of a cool little show in the middle of the afternoon. It's like female talk, kind of, but they all are kind of witty, especially Tammy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so they cover.
We like witty.
They were talking about fashion yesterday. I don't care so much about what they were looking at. They were showing pictures of different clothing items and commenting on it and stuff like that, which is interesting for radio if you can't see the pictures and you're listening on the AM dial. But they were kind of describing what they were seeing, so it made okay radio. And their take on things made it kind of funny, even if you didn't care what kind of boots they were looking at for fall fashions and stuff like that.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
and
so
it's an
different.
area. It's uncharted waters for WRMN. I never thought we would be considered the go-to place for ladies' fashions.
I know, we're becoming more hip like that.
Yes, and that's a good thing.
You want to listen about what kind of boots will keep you hip in the fall? Listen to Talk Time with Tammy.
And even you guys, let's say you'd like to sit around dinner time and appear to be a little bit more in tune with what your wife or lady friends are interested in, you might pick up some pointers there.
You could join the conversation because you've listened to Talk Time with Tammy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're going to be sitting around looking at you like, who is this man, this interesting man of 2024?
We thought your old man was just a narrow guy who said nothing and wished we weren't here, but now he's joining the conversation.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Right. What a catch.
Well, we have about 2 minutes before the bottom of the hour break. We have one phone call.
Okay.
So we're asking for calls. We better take them.
Yeah, I agree. And if it's something that has to hold on, maybe they'll hold on.
Yeah.
Right?
847-931-1410. Good morning. Welcome to the first shift.
Oh, yeah, we're holding on.
Oh, boy. Who's this?
I am Sam.
Tim?
Sam.
Sam, I am?
I am.
Oh, how you doing, Sam?
Very busy, hectic, got a lot of things going on that I'd like to share with you guys.
Okay. Well, we have like a minute and a half before our news break, or almost 2 minutes. You want to share like the first thing?
Well, it's all about the crosswalk that I called you guys about, I think, last year, towards the end of the year, at the intersection of Kirk Road and Main Street here in St. Charles.
Sure.
Yeah.
Still fighting for crosswalks. Now the city is planning another big development on Kirk Road, and purposely in this development not extending sidewalks in a direction that would require crosswalks to be installed.
Okay.
Got an answer for that one, Larry? No. So where we're at is I basically need to get the plans put back on the agenda so that we can get those sidewalks installed, so that we can have some sort of collaboration with the county and the state to approve plans, approve budgets, and make sure that these crosswalks get put in.
And I'm speaking without looking at a single plan or knowing the project. I'm surprised as more and more things, you try to make more projects be more pedestrian friendly and more mobile to people that aren't using cars, that they're not included.
I'm blown away that in the 21st century, just the idea that we can have a 6-lane or whatever it is intersection without any pedestrian ways across is
kind of weird.
Ludicrous.
All right. Well, you're going to hang on, Sam?
You going to hang, Sam?
If you guys want to talk about it, I'd love to talk about it more.
Sure. Yeah, we'll just hang on past this little news break here, and then we'll take your call, the rest of your call, and James's call as well at 847-931-1410. It's 7:30 here on WRMN on the first shift.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash,
I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Linzess. Batavia Park District is set to unveil 2 new parks with the dedication of Peter Frieders Park and Coventry Park on August 24th. The opening ceremony for Peter Frieders Park is scheduled for 10 a.m., followed by Coventry Park at 11 a.m. Both ceremonies will be overseen by members of the Parks Department and will feature a ribbon cutting. The City of Elgin launching a Civilian Review Board, or CRB, to oversee the city's police department. The initiative aims to enhance oversight on recruitment practices and ensure the police force reflects the community's racial, gender, and cultural diversity. You can find out about being a part of the board by contacting the City of Elgin. The Elgin Police Department has welcomed Natalie Cook as its new community outreach and reentry specialist. With a background in probation and case management, Cook is set to lead initiatives that support individuals reintegrating into the community after incarceration. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 1 pallet or more of select shingles. Plus, save 10% when you buy 68 or more select OSB sheathing. And if you find a lower price in-store or online, we'll match it. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Giants beat the White Sox 4-1 in San Francisco. Robbie Ray, 9 strikeouts over 6 2/3. The White Sox lost their 4th in a row and clinched their 14th consecutive series defeat. They're just 3-30 over their last 33 games. The Cubs beat the Tigers 3-1 at Wrigley Field on Tuesday. Javier Assad improved to 6-3, 7 strikeouts over 5 2/3. He allowed 6 hits. Cody Bellinger hit an RBI double in the 5th, and Dansby Swanson ripped a solo homer in the 6th. Chicago's now 2nd in the NL Central, but they're 11.5 games out of first place behind Milwaukee. The Cubs remain 5.5 games out of a wild card in the National League. The Bears wrap up the preseason tomorrow against the Chiefs. Top overall pick Caleb Williams won't play in the game.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
It's the perfect time to get a jump on fall style at Macy's Ultimate Shopping Event, where you'll find incredible savings on the wardrobe update you need. Shop great looks you can wear now and later, with an extra 25% off designer brands that rarely go on sale, and 15% off your favorite makeup, fragrance, skincare, and more. Get ready for your best fall yet. Today at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Last year's RV trip, we met a couple with the same bumper sticker. What are the odds?
Your cousin isn't a good storyteller.
He was a podiatrist, or was it a pharmacist? You don't say. Oh, I can't remember.
But she owns an RV protected by Progressive, and you don't. So until you get your own RV, her stories are the most interesting stories you've ever heard.
Wow, interesting.
And when you do get your own RV, save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive.
Oh, anesthesiologist. He was an anesthesiologist.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other.
The word is out. Nissans cost less on Route 19, but that's not all. Parts, service, and body shop, they all cost less at McGrath Nissan. Used cars too. The reason why is how hard we try. Right now, get 0% APR financing on select new Nissan models at McGrath Nissan, because
Nissans cost less on Route 19.
Come to Elgin.
See what we mean.
Are you frustrated with the way our world is becoming? Do you want to make a difference right here in your own community? Come to the next Elgin Township Republican meeting and be a part of the change you want to see. They are committed to making our community stronger, safer, and more prosperous. Whether it's through grassroots efforts, community service, or local advocacy, your voice matters. Help build a brighter future for Elgin Township. Get involved today. Visit elgingop.org and find out how you can help make a difference. Elgin Township Republicans, your community, your voice, your future. Meetings take place on the fourth Tuesday of every month at the Elgin Township Building, 729 South McLean Boulevard at 6:30 p.m. Hope to see you there. Let's build a better tomorrow together.
For a little lighthearted lawlessness on Sunday afternoons, listen to Handle on the Law from 4 to 7 p.m. Handle on the Law is a unique combination of useful legal advice and outrageous Handle remarks. Whether you're talking about Big Brother, big business, big legal problems, or Big Macs, you'll rarely find Bill without an opinion. His rapid-fire commentary gives listeners the information they crave in the way they crave it. It's Handle on the Law, Sunday afternoons from 4 to 7 p.m. right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Batteries Plus Bulbs is more than batteries and bulbs. It's your repair shop for Apple devices, Samsung Galaxy devices, and more. Located on Randall Road, just south of 20 in Elgin, Batteries Plus Bulbs fills all your battery and light bulb needs in one stop. They have the largest selection of batteries for ATVs, cameras, phones, laptops, scooters, cars and homes, and everything else. Looking to save money with energy-efficient LED or holiday lighting? Stop in at Batteries Plus Bulbs in Elgin. Go to batteriesplus.com for special offers.
The Everly Brothers, 7:36. Here on this Wednesday morning here at WRMN, our friend CK of the first shift does not like this song, Larry Jones. How can she not?
I don't know, but she's not around. We can play anything.
I guess because it kind of mentions her name in the song, maybe.
Well, there's a lot of Kathys.
I know.
I like the Everly Brothers a lot. I think this is the first harmony I ever was cognizant of. Those two brothers really sang well together.
Yeah. And Kathy's Clown, my favorite Everly Brothers song, actually.
Is it really?
Yeah.
See, I kind of like Let It Be Me. I like that song. And I can't remember which one of the Everly, whether it's Phil or Don, wrote that song. So I even like that better. I don't know if he wrote this.
I don't even know if I know that one.
Really?
Maybe if I hear it, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's a little, I like more like ballady kind of songs.
Don Everly of the Everly Brothers died on this day in 2021.
Yeah.
At the age of 84.
Right.
Bye Bye Love, All I Have to Do Is Dream, this song, Kathy's Clown, and others.
Yeah. All I Have to Do Is Dream is a good song, too.
Yeah, I like all of those songs.
Yeah. And, they were crossover guys. I mean, what are they? Kentucky, I think. They're from Kentucky, I think. And they started out kind of in that country thing. But, boy, they really came storming into the pop music in the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to the phones. Welcome back to the show. 847-931-1410, and let us get me and Larry back on camera here on YouTube, WRMN Radio on YouTube on this Wednesday morning. We'll get to some YouTube comments in just a few, but phone calls important, especially since we said that we want phone calls, and then we always talk about how we have to take breaks. So,
yes, yeah.
Welcome back to the show. Sam, I am. How are you, Mr. Sam?
Good morning. Yeah, you asked for a phone call, you're going to get me.
Well, I'm glad you called, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate the time, gentlemen, and it's kind of been a long, arduous journey here. Let me backtrack a little, if I can.
Sure.
So I'm talking about the corner of Main Street and Kirk Road here in St. Charles. So on the northwest corner, there's a church. On the northeast corner, there's a bank. On the southeast corner, there's a brand new Pride of Cane gas station. And I'm not sure what's on the other corner because it's kind of behind some bushes and I can't really see it.
Okay.
So when the Pride of Cane was built in 2020, when the Pride of Cane was approved in 2020, I have a November 9th, 2020 executive agenda that says that the city would be responsible for installing a crosswalk across Cliff Road. in a future project. And I, have been reminding them of this promise for, the past couple of years now, and really haven't gotten much movement on it until recently. But I'll get to that in a moment. In June, then the city announced the approval of what they're calling the Fox Haven Square. It's going to be it's being described like a mini Geneva Commons, I guess. It's a gathering place. It's going to have entertainment and things to do. One of the talks of the town is it's going to have some sort of like a pickleball establishment where people can play pickleball and enjoy adult beverages and get together and some. Anyway, it's a $22 million project, and in the executive agenda that was released approving that project, it specifically states that they're not going to extend sidewalks south of the property because Kane County would then require that crosswalks be installed across Kirk Road. So once I heard this, I kind of, I became upset. I've been reminding them about this intersection for a while now, and to hear verbiage like that made me quite upset. So I started actually getting people on the phone. I got a meeting with the city staff here, kind of seeing where we were at, and basically at the point in time of the meeting, we really weren't anywhere. I expressed what's going on, and thanks to a couple aldermen and a public comment session that I had in front of City Council, I'm now hearing that, hey, we're going to put $600,000 into the budget to get crosswalks done, which sounds great. Yay, I win.
Yeah.
But I'm the pedestrian, and I cross this intersection a lot, and I know how misaligned it is, how much work actually needs to go into creating a pedestrian passage. The road is to the north of Kirk Road to the north is going to have to be widened. There's going to have to be right turn lanes created with like those islands that would hold the traffic signals. Otherwise, everything's misaligned. And we're talking about moving or creating storm sewers. This is going to be a big project that's going to require Kane County, KDOT, and Illinois IDOT. Everybody's going to have to agree to what's going on here. So putting $600,000 into a budget, is nice, but there's no guarantees that this is actually going to make this happen. It's just kind of one of those promises. And so the only way to actually get some teeth to ensure that this happens is to make sure that they extend those sidewalks that they omitted to the south. Because then once the crosswalks are involved in some sort of building permit, some sort of approval, the state would have to approve it ahead of time. The county would have to approve it ahead of time. There would definitely have to be enough money budgeted to correct the situation at this crosswalk. And the reason I'm so passionate about it is because the city wants to develop this retail, service space, gathering place, and there's no easy access to it from my location. And additionally, on the southeast corner of this intersection, they've already developed a bunch of stuff that I struggle getting to. I have my bank is over there, where I get a haircut is over there, Target is over there, the Department of Motor Vehicles offshoot office is over there, Portillo's is over there. There's multiple restaurants. There's a pet store. There's a hardware store. There are numerous retail establishments that I would like to visit by foot because that's how I travel. And I'm not getting any true guarantees that this is going to happen. So what I need to do now, this is where the point comes, I need to now convince the mayor that we need to put this plan back onto the agenda of a city council meeting in order to get everybody to approve that we need to extend sidewalks to the south.
Okay.
I'm going to write a letter to the. I just sent an email off to the mayor, and at some point I may need some help from St. Charles residents to maybe visit this crosswalk and see just how dangerous it is. I'm going to post a video on my Facebook page at some point here of just how dangerous this intersection is, and I don't know if anybody out there is a proponent of walkability and bikeability and would like to help me with this project, they definitely can reach out to me. My phone number is 630-486-4135.
486-4135 and 630 area code, right? Mm-hmm. 630-486-4135 to call Sam I Am. Don't you have a Facebook group also that you started?
I just started it. I did put it in the YouTube comments. I don't know that it came out clickable. It's not. There's no string of easily repeatable web address. However, I do have a website that will take you to the Facebook page, and it has all of the agendas and all the information. And I'm keeping people up to date as to what I'm doing and what's going on. And my website is, again, not easy. It's Main Street and Kirk Road Crosswalk Campaign.com.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, I know, guys. Yeah.
Really? That's all you could get, Sam?
Yeah, that's what they gave me. But honestly, nowadays, so I am passing out flyers and doing this and doing that. Everybody just uses QR codes.
Yeah.
So I just walk up to somebody and they just scan it with their phone, and all of a sudden they're there. So it's great.
Sam, what kind of relationship do you have with your alderperson from that ward?
So my alderperson has been great, and he has helped guide me to get to where I am now.
Well, I don't know the rules, St. Charles City rules, but can an alderperson request something be brought up on the agenda?
The mayor holds control of the agenda.
Okay.
And my alderperson is telling me that without really asking, but I'm confident he's correct, that they're going to have absolutely no interest in revisiting it.
Oh, well. Huh. That's going to be hard.
Yeah.
That's going to be hard.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard.
I know when we talked about this, I don't know if it was in last fall. I know we talked about it. I ran into State Senator Don DeWitt at a function, and I talked to him about it and told him that he might be hearing from you because I suggested that you call him. Did you ever reach out to him?
I have not reached out to Don. I have been working with Dan.
Ugasti? Yeah.
Ugasti, sorry, thank you. I'm horrible with last names.
Is he your state?
The first one.
Is he your state rep? Is that
correct?
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, I have talked with every person I can talk to at IDOT, every person at KDOT. There's actually, to go into this a little further, for those who aren't aware, I'm legally blind and I live with a disability. So I am a full-time pedestrian, so I'm quite aware of a lot of the regulations that are occurring. And in front of the Department of Transportation are updated what they're calling pedestrian right-of-way access guidelines, or PROWAG for short. And what these guidelines, which are in front of the Department of Justice right now, waiting to be finalized and approved, what they do is they complete the ADA Act that was kind of created back in the 90s. I think it was Bush Sr. that got that finalized. And what it does is it says things like if there's a sidewalk on one corner and a sidewalk on another corner, there has to be a continuous pedestrian circulation route between those two corners. Okay. Meaning there has to be a crosswalk or some sort of sign, especially on an intersection like I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And so the frustration that I have is in some time, be it a year, 2 years, however long it takes for these things to become finalized, I might have some actual argument to what's going on now. But currently, since nothing has been finalized, I don't have that legal argument, with the teeth necessary, because this all comes down to money. Like I said, they threw out a figure that, they're going to budget $600,000, but being the pedestrian who walks this intersection, there is a crosswalk there. It's like, well, there's one crosswalk across Main Street. Yeah, and yes, there is. But it's really intended for the bike path, and so it doesn't align you up correctly to cross east-west at all. So, I mean, everything has to be redone. But nobody knows this because nobody walks it. They're all just like, well, typically it would cost $200,000, so we'll just budget for that. So I'm trying to get people to. I've offered to take my alderman, my mayor, my city administrator. I'll take them all out for a walk, and we can go take a look at it. I've provided photos for them. There's a photo on my webpage of looking across the street at the Pride Station, and you can see from where I stand where the red dotted grids are inserted to inform the blind that they are about to enter a roadway or a parking lot. I'm standing right there. It's at my feet, looking directly across at the gas station, and you can see how misaligned it is. It would send me literally. It's going to send me. I'm going to walk it this way. I'm going to walk it the way that it's directing me. It sends me literally through parked cars at a red light.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, sounds like...
All right, Sam. Well, try also include the senator in your communications and stuff.
Will do.
Yeah.
Will do. Thanks, Larry.
Yeah, and I have found in my time as an administrator that IDOT is they have rules and they follow rules, but they also seem to be open when they don't break rules for elected officials, but they certainly listen to the points they'd like to make as well. So, yeah,
and that's where I really need my municipality to be fighting for me.
I know.
That's where the big kind of rub is here, because for me to approach any IDOT, KDOT, whoever it is, it's just me being like, hey, I need to get across the street.
I know.
Where if my municipality takes this serious safety issue of an intersection, this intersection is also just down from the high school. It's literally like a block down from St. Charles East. So, we have children, I guarantee you, that are crossing this road to go get bubble tea and tacos and hamburgers and whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, anyway, guys, I appreciate the time and letting me ramble very much.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, Sam.
Good luck with your project, too.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.
All right, Sam, I am fighting an uphill battle over there in St. Charles.
Yeah.
When I'm listening to Sam talk about it, I mean, it's important to him because of his restrictions of being able to drive and things like that.
Of course.
In the big picture, to a lot of people, they're like, well, one guy can't get over there to those stores, but for the most part,
it's one guy we know of. Yeah. I know. And in a way, he's right. I mean, the good of mankind has a great deal of it puts a certain amount of propulsion on things. But it all comes down to dollars and cents, and I can't. Well, $600,000 when it sounds like a great deal of money, but in construction and realignment and stuff,
doesn't go that far.
I don't think it does.
No. Yeah, and from what Sam's saying, it's going to take a major overhaul of that intersection.
I know, but they have to know that. I mean, that's not a surprise to them. They have great engineering minds as well. So, like I said, it's one of those things. And I'm not saying Sam's not giving us the whole picture. We don't know the whole picture. So we're listening to one side instead of saying, okay, but we don't know buts. Yeah. We don't know buts about nothing.
Well, if you live in that area, you want to call Sam 630 and help him out. 630-486-4135.
Yeah.
The webpage is way too long.
And if you all of a sudden it's invalid and you're trying to look and figure out what two letters did I mess up or something, that would make.
Well, it's like 7 words back to back.
That would make me crazy.
You miss one word, you mess the whole thing up.
You're out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's 7:55 here at WRMN on the first shift.
Right.
We got James. He's been very patient. Now he's going to run out of time probably.
He's a patient man.
We'll give him 3 minutes right now and then see where we go from here.
Probably wants to share his favorite moments from the DNC. The ones that brought tears to his eyes.
Barack and Michelle together again on stage in Chicago.
What a wonderful time.
Tearjerker last night. Hey, James.
Yes, I'm here. I like that older person. I like that. That's something different and new and different.
That's all part of what we do here, Jim. We're cutting edge.
I know. I know you're trying to be woke. Okay, listen. Hey,
no.
No.
That's just representing both sexes,
that's
right?
That's not woke. Don't be we want to call us, not troublemakers.
Okay. Well, I almost decided not to call because I didn't want to call in with anything too controversial. But on the previous calls, I mentioned this election, and you mentioned the DNC convention. This election is probably, I boil it down to a clash of values. Okay, one side has traditional values, the other side is what's known as progressive values, and I don't understand the progressive part because what happened, I guess last night, it's reported that, or the night before, I can't remember which one night it was, but and I haven't been following it. I just read the articles that are put out on the convention. That the cardinal, the archbishop of the Chicago Archdiocese, Cardinal, did the invocation. Now, I'm a baptized Roman Catholic, but I'm not a practicing Catholic anymore. So I'll start that off by saying that. But I think there is a value to life. And so he gives the invocation while outside there's a mobile abortion van that's giving out 25 chemical abortions while he's in there giving the invocation. Now, here's a guy that's representing the Roman Catholic Archdiocese and the Roman Catholic Church, for that matter. So I find it to be, again, as I stated earlier, this is all about values. And this is apparent that the values of progressives is the opposite of being progressive, as far as I'm concerned. So I just wanted to get that out there for people to think about. And I understand that it's basically sold as a woman's right, and all this kind of thing. But recently, a good friend of ours from Springfield, Illinois, had a grandchild born, and 3 months early. I hear the prompts there.
Yeah.
And when you see that life, it's pretty impressive. So anyway, I wanted to get it out. Thanks for giving me the time, guys.
All right, Jim.
James, thanks for calling, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, 7:58 here at WRMN. Going to catch some top of the hour news. Come back with some stories, phone calls, issues.
Fun,
maybe some fun.
Maybe some fun.
If you provide some, or maybe we can get lucky and provide some. We'll see how it works out.
We'll see.
Top of the hour news is first. It is 7:58. Beautiful morning, headed for a high of 77. We're in the 50s this morning here in the Fox River Valley. August the 21st. Good morning.
Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus is intent in their commitment to open doors and support those who strive for excellence. Too many people have been made to feel that higher education isn't a place for them, that it is someone else's dream. But Columbia College of Missouri has changed all that. With individualized attention and ongoing support, Columbia College knows a future built by you is a future built for you. Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus, your new starts now. Visit ccis.edu.
A recent Gallup poll indicated that 38% of Americans are putting off health care because of financial concerns, the highest ever recorded. I'm Dr. Bob Martin, here to serve you every Sunday afternoon from 1 to 4. Millions of Americans are seeking health advice that will not cost an arm and a leg, so I offer health tips and advice absolutely free. Listen to my show, Sunday afternoons from 1 to 4 right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM, the voice of the Valley and the home of radio shopping.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410. Elgin time, 8 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan. Brought to you by Sky Rizzi. The City of Elgin launching a Civilian Review Board, or CRB, to oversee the city's police department. The initiative aims to enhance oversight on recruitment practices and ensure the police force reflects the community's racial, gender, and cultural diversity. You can find out about being a part of the board by contacting the City of Elgin. The Elgin Police Department has welcomed Natalie Cook as its new community outreach and reentry specialist. With a background in probation and case management, Cook is set to lead initiatives that support individuals reintegrating into the community after incarceration. Batavia Park District is set to unveil 2 new parks with the dedication of Peter Frieders Park and Coventry Park on August 24th. The opening ceremony for Peter Frieders Park is scheduled for 10 a.m., followed by Coventry Park at 11 a.m. Both ceremonies will be overseen by members of the Parks Department and will feature a ribbon cutting. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 1 pallet or more of select shingles. Plus, save 10% when you buy 68 or more select OSB sheathing. And if you find a lower price in-store or online, we'll match it. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at Lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, and great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
America's Best Restaurants travels the country and features restaurants that you should visit each week. Recently, the cast and crew made their way to Renata's German Restaurant in Hanover Park. Renata serves old family recipes and delicious German-influenced food. Renata's also specializes in a wide variety of traditional German baked goods, too. So, if you've yet to visit Renata's, try America's Best Restaurants choice. Drop in soon for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Visit renatasgermanrestaurant.com.
Summer Lake House offers the ultimate waterfront family dining experience, complete with rustic summer-inspired decor and a menu that highlights simple, handcrafted dishes prepared with locally sourced ingredients. The Wisconsin-inspired Summer Lake House, where you can enjoy a laid-back, family-friendly vibe with delicious modern American cuisine and handcrafted cocktails. Don't just go out to eat, go outside to eat. Summer Lake House on Lake Delton.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Cubs beat the Tigers 3-1 at Wrigley Field on Tuesday. Javier Assad improves to 6-3, 7 strikeouts over 5 2/3. He allowed 6 hits. Cody Bellinger hit an RBI double in the 5th, and Dansby Swanson ripped a solo homer in the 6th. Chicago's now second in the NL Central, but they're 11.5 games out of first place behind Milwaukee. The Cubs remain 5.5 games out of a wild card in the National League. The Giants beat the White Sox 4-1 in San Francisco. Robbie Ray, 9 strikeouts over 6 2/3. The White Sox lost their 4th in a row and clinched their 14th consecutive series defeat. They're just 3-30 over their last 33 games. The Bears wrap up the preseason tomorrow against the Chiefs. Top overall pick Caleb Williams won't play in the game.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
It's the perfect time to get a jump on fall style at Macy's Ultimate Shopping Event, where you'll find incredible savings on the wardrobe update you need. Shop great looks you can wear now and later, with an extra 25% off designer brands that rarely go on sale, and 15% off your favorite makeup, fragrance, skincare, and more. Get ready for your best fall yet. Today at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Last year's RV trip, we met a couple with the same bumper sticker. What are the odds?
Your cousin isn't a good storyteller.
He was a podiatrist, or was it a pharmacist? Huh, you don't say. Oh, I can't remember.
But she owns an RV protected by Progressive, and you don't. So until you get your own RV, her stories are the most interesting stories you've ever heard.
Wow, interesting.
And when you do get your own RV, save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive.
Oh, anesthesiologist.
Attention all burger enthusiasts and game aficionados. Celebrate a century of excellence at Mott's Lounge, proudly serving the community for 100 years under 5 generations of passionate ownership. Sink your teeth into our hand-pressed fresh burgers bursting with flavor, crafted just the way you like them. And while you're here, enjoy our exclusive drink specials, perfect for toasting to our milestone anniversary. Plus, challenge your luck with our state-of-the-art gaming machines, adding an extra thrill to your visit. Join us at Mott's Lounge and be a part of history in the making. Here's to another century of great food, fun, and memories. Mott's Lounge, where every visit is a celebration. For more information, visit us online at mottslounge.com.
If you are 50 years and older, you are welcome to join Elgin State Bank's sponsored movie days at Elgin Marcus Theater. It will always be on the second Thursday of each month. Doors open at 8:30 a.m. At 9 a.m., you will hear a very brief message from Sherry Aschenbrenner about upcoming senior events, and movies will begin at approximately 9:30 a.m. Coffee and a donut is complimentary. You can always call the movie theater hotline number of 847-888-7976 to find out what movies are playing each month. The cost is $3 if you are a member of Elgin State Bank, meaning you have an account there, and $5 if you are a non-member. And for more senior information, catch Sherry's Senior Showcase on the third Tuesday of every month at 9:15 a.m. right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Anderson Japanese Gardens, ranked the highest quality Japanese garden in North America and located right in the heart of Rockford. Their mission is to open minds to a different culture while offering a place of peace and tranquility where one can find healing, renewal, inspiration, and a re-energized soul. A premier destination for corporate functions, special events, weddings, and receptions. For directions, hours, and fees, visit andersongarden.org today.
Theriault Booth, a leading local law firm, is located on the beautiful Fox River in downtown St. Charles. Here's Ryan Theriault.
For better or worse, there are just times people need a lawyer. Whether you are involved in a work injury, in an automobile crash, selling a home, or even planning for your estate after your passing, we're here. We're local. We're part of the community.
For more information, visit them on the web at tbfirm.com or give them a call at 630-526-4242.
Time, baby, love me twice today. Love me 2 time, girl. I'm gone away. Love me 2 time, girl. 1 for tomorrow, 1 just for today. Love me 2 time. I'm gone away.
The Doors bring us back to the 8 o'clock hour here on the first shift. I'm Marky B with Larry Jones. It's a Wednesday morning, and we're enjoying another beautiful sunshine-filled summer day. Heading for a high today of about 77. And the current temperature as we begin the 8 o'clock hour is 60 with fair skies. You played a little golf yesterday morning, Larry, on the perfect morning for golf, huh?
It was a perfect morning for golf. It was a beautiful day.
Where at? Wing Park?
Wing. Yeah. It was a perfect day. Perfect day to play golf. Perfect night to be down at Panton Mill for a cruise. It was a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are good days in the summertime here in the Fox River Valley. I think that if you've lived here all your life, you really don't appreciate how nice the summers are here.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, they're just very pleasant for the most part. Even hot days, for the most part, aren't unbearably hot.
No. We think of them, but when you look around the nation and hear what people are really experiencing, it kind of makes you go, yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
If all these people, I mean, in my 20 plus years of living in Tennessee and all those people that live in Florida, which you now have had a taste of,
yeah,
or different parts of the South, when they think of the Midwest or the North, all they think about is the bad winters.
Yeah.
They don't think about how great the summers might be if they were to live here and how much they would appreciate. And summer is the time of the year when you would want to have your best weather, isn't it?
I hope so. I think so. Sure. Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's one of those things that when you're younger, you just take it for granted that our summers are going to be nice. We have so many nice days.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're right, Mark.
When you talk to somebody from the South, they don't say, oh, I've heard about how great the summers are in the Chicago area.
No.
You just hear about how bad the winters are.
That's what they always talk about. Yeah.
8:10.
That's what I talk about, too. I'm talking about being around here. Yeah, it's great. Those winters. Ugh. Yeah.
1967, the Doors began recording their sophomore record, Strange Days, at Sunset Sound Studios in Hollywood. That's why I played Love Me Two Times. The album was released the following month and included 2 top 30 singles, Love Me Two Times and People Are Strange.
Both good songs.
Yeah.
The Doors, one of my favorite groups ever.
It peaked at number 3, Love Me Two Times, or the album did, on the U.S. album chart. 34 years later, it received a platinum certification from the RIAA. It is 11 past 8 here at WRMN on this Wednesday morning, and we have 2 phone calls. We've asked for calls.
We've asked.
Sam I Am called, and it was lengthy, but he had an issue he wanted to discuss, and that's what we were asking for, right?
That's what we were asking for, exactly. And then Jim, I just wanted to tell us, I thought Jim had called to tell me that after seeing, like, Hillary Clinton at the DNC, he was calling to say, I'm sorry I ever said anything bad about her. You know? You see her, you like her.
Yeah, Hillary?
Yeah, Hillary. She was there.
Oh, I know.
An emotional speech.
Yeah? I'm sorry, I missed that.
I bet you are.
Hillary doesn't have that really likable look about her to me.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I don't want to upset her. I understand she's a regular listener.
Really?
We can't lose people. You know that.
Yeah.
So I have to be very careful.
She never calls.
Or somebody, we don't want to alienate anybody who has always had, I don't know, maybe like a hidden yearning for her to make them feel that we're we don't want to diminish what they feel. I just think, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I didn't feel any more pro, and I have to admit that my leanings many times are, even though I think of myself as really an independent, but she doesn't really say things that I grasp and think, yes, finally someone who sees the world like I do.
Do you think, and we're going to take these 2 phone calls, but do you think, or is it just because the Democratic the DNC is going on and Kamala is taking over for Joe on the Democratic side? Mm-hmm. Do you sense the momentum of the election is changing at all, or is it just because we're hearing all this rah-rah from the Democratic side?
It's impossible to tell. I mean, a great deal, I think, of the traction early on was everybody saying, Joe can't do it.
Yeah.
Joe can't do it. So when they then took him off when they persuaded him to take himself off the ticket, that really did that. And then there was a certain amount of time of finger pointing saying, they lied to us. They all knew he couldn't do it, but they lied to us. Well, that had a little bit of time. And I don't know. I don't know how it's all going to shake out. There's a lot of time. I mean, the election is coming our way quickly.
Yeah.
But there's still time. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, now it appears as though people that are supporting the Democratic side are making Kamala out to be this all-caring, wonderful person. Now she finally gets her full chance to shine.
Yes.
And be the person that is so wonderful and cares about humanity. And they are painting the picture that Donald Trump is the worst human being in the history of the world who only cares about himself.
Yes. So you are getting their message.
I'm getting their message, yeah.
Right.
That's the message they're sending, and they're trying real hard with that message,
I know.
aren't they?
And with all politicians, and I'm going to paint with a very broad brush, we never really get to know the real them. We don't. At that level, I'm not going to say somebody running for city council or something, but when you're the presidential nominee, and you're heading into the election, we don't really know the real them. Everything about their lives is scripted. Everything. She might go back to her room after giving a speech and say, I'm tired of spewing that crap. You know? I mean, Donald Trump might do that.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw him at the debate, and we knew that wasn't the Donald that we knew. No. You know? Somebody had convinced him, shut up. Joe will do his own damage. Shut up.
Yeah.
Get out of the way. And that, you know, that had to be hard. That had to be hard.
I'm not sure Donald Trump goes back to his hotel room and says, I'm tired of spewing that crap, because I think he actually says what he's thinking, and that's his problem at all times. He goes back to the hotel saying, I said exactly what I wanted to say and exactly what I meant to say.
And then the question becomes, is it appealing to the majority of the voters? Donald's look at the world. Is it appealing to the majority? Not a high number. We know there's a high number. The question is it the majority? And can it also make it through the Electoral College? That's the question. Yeah. I agree with you. I don't think he says, other than how he, I don't know what his plan's going to be now when he's facing Kamala Harris. I don't know. Because that's like a total change. That's like at halftime, you don't make adjustments. You have a new team you're facing, you know? I don't know how. I'm not sure how that's going to work. And I still think the question with her is how likable she is. And even with this, I don't know that. I don't know. And I try to make sure it's not me saying that I don't want a female president, because I'm fine with the female president. I'm fine with that. Yeah. Do I want a person of color? I'm fine with that. I don't care about that. I just want somebody that has all of our, well, that's impossible, that has the welfare of our country, and that's their priority, not some splinter that goes off that way or a exit lane that goes off. That's all. That's all I want. I don't care what they look like.
Right.
I don't care. And believe me, I've had many women in my life that have made much more sense about things than I do. So I don't doubt their ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they make pretty good leaders. And they're proving in a lot of different realms of life.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not, I just, we'll just see what happens. I think it's going to be I think it's an impactful election. I think it's going to be a very impactful election. And I think it's also, there's been a lot of lane changing over the last year when parties have heard what's important to voters. There's been some changes in strategy and changes in look at things that haven't really been looked at that way for almost 3 years. So I don't know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Women make good leaders sometimes. Baseball play-by-play announcers, not so much.
That takes a little work, doesn't it?
I am not adjusting well to when I hear a female do baseball play-by-play.
I know. I have a little problem with
There was one doing the Cubs game the other night.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Well, and I don't know if that's female.
Maybe she was just a terrible announcer. Well, she was trying to be like this classic baseball announcer, doing too much play-by-play on a television broadcast.
Yeah, you don't need to. With the television, you can kind of keep out of the way of it, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
That the picture is the focal point. If you're on the radio, then you're the focal point. You know?
Right.
So.
All right, lines are loaded.
All righty, then.
Let's go to the phones, 847-931-1410. I was thinking about playing a video this hour. We might not get to it.
We won't get to it.
But that's okay. It's not something that's going to age in the next couple of days.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
We have Bob checking in with us first, I think, this morning. Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, I just had to tell you what happened to me. I put up a temporary tent in my backyard because when our garage burnt, I took all the items out of there and put them in the tent. It's a good-looking tent. But the city come by and they said, you can't have a temporary tent up in your yard. Okay. And I said, well, what about Tent City? And right away, they go, well, that's not on city property, that's on Metro property. And I said, well, how come the Elgin police patrol it?
Well, it's in the city of Elgin.
Goes, all I know is Metro property.
Yeah.
I said, I don't understand. I go, it's not like the tent is junk. I bought it, and it's a good-looking tent. It's not like what you see when you go down the road in the fall over there in Tent City.
Right. Just a rule of the city, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's about being used as a storage thing, and they regulate structures that are used for storage. Yeah.
There's other people, or just got them too?
Well, it didn't seem right to me, but I told them, I go, it's just temporary until I get a new garage built. They said, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
They said, well, why don't you get a storage unit somewhere? I go, you going to give me some money to get a storage unit?
Right. Exactly.
But I told them, I said, you people always have an excuse, but it's always in your favor. I don't get it.
Well, it'd be silly to give you an excuse that wasn't in their favor, Bob.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I'm just saying, if they're going to tell you something, it's not going to be to make them look wrong.
They do have some, it seems like code enforcement?
Yes.
That is, in Elgin seems to be fairly stringent. I guess, at certain times, in certain ways. John Priggy's on the line here, and he might not agree with that when he sees certain parts of town.
I agree. I agree with him. He might not agree. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But, I know that I've known people that have a pop-up camper, and it's behind their fence.
Yes.
But it's kind of in the driveway, and it's been cracked down on.
In most of those cases, it's not proactive, it's reactive. Somebody's complained.
Yeah, someone's called.
Yeah. And that person has managed to look online to know exactly what section they feel it's violating, and so they... it's not easy. I think code enforcement's a very tough job because you're dealing with your business, the people who own your company. You know what I mean? You're regulating the people who are your stockholders. It's hard.
Well, and you're never going to tell anybody good news usually, right?
Not too much. I don't stop by and say, I was driving by. I just want to tell you, this is great.
Way to put that camper away like you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a really nice looking tent you have, Bob.
Yeah, it doesn't happen, Bob. It doesn't happen.
Well, they say, they told me first they only go out on complaints. And I said, did somebody complain about the tent? And they said, no. I said, well, I don't understand.
Yeah, I agree with you. Well, maybe they were out on a complaint somewhere else and noticed it. Maybe that's how they've...
No, they don't do that.
Okay.
Believe me, I turned in, I don't know how many people doing the same things in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
And things that I know that they gotten me for, and they finally come around and got the people to comply.
Yep.
But I don't like to do that. Well, one person I don't mind because they turned me in for something.
That's usually how it works. Actually, that's usually how it works.
And then we must not have any Elgin police in our area because we were in our backyard almost all day yesterday, from probably 8 in the morning till 8 at night, and every 5 minutes you hear mini bike zooming up and down the road.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not a kid, because they would have been in school.
Yeah.
And then we got people that park by a fire hydrant every day, and nothing's done about it. But if you say something to the police, they say, well, that's parking patrol.
Oh.
I said, well, back in the day, when I was a kid, if I parked next to a fire hydrant and the police seen you, you got a ticket from the police.
Yeah, right.
They didn't call us, hey, we need parking patrol over here.
Right. Yeah.
Well, good luck with it, Bob.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
I'll talk to you later.
Take care, Bob.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
I was surprised. I wasn't thinking Bob of Wendy and the Bobs. I was thinking of good old Bob. Bobby the Brain. So I was surprised with
I should have clarified.
Yeah.
It's 8:24 here at WRMN. We'll stay on the phone. So I'm glad people are calling with these issues, and who knows, maybe the city's listening.
Maybe they are.
I think someone from the city.
I have to tell you, when he talked about that, way back when I was still involved, when we would go to address maybe a camper that's improperly parked or something, you just probably should set 2 days aside to address every complaint then that person would make. They would drive around and find like 15 other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it just.
You're going to get me?
It spawns.
You've unleashed me now.
That's right, exactly.
I'm going to get everybody who's doing things way worse than I'm doing.
Way worse, even if they're my friends.
I'm a hardworking man. I just want to keep my camper out front for a couple of days.
That's right. And I'm taking them with me.
We're cleaning it.
That's what they usually say. Or packing it for a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is probably true in a lot of cases.
Many cases. And there's usually that's true. I mean, it is true. And, and I don't think that they're going to be that hard about that. But the sad part about all these things is there are rules in place because people misuse things. And if somebody has like improper storage of whatever in a yard next to you, you don't like it. You don't like it.
Right.
But I don't know. It's hard. It's very hard. Code compliance is really hard.
8:25. Let's take one more phone call at least before we get to the bottom of the hour break.
Right.
And we got Director of Shots Fired here. We'll see what shots he fires today, and he has to hold past the break. I don't know. Good morning, John.
Easy, men. Easy.
We can't help ourselves, John. We're on fire today.
I feel sorry for Bob. I'm somewhat aware of his issues there, and I've told him to, when he talks to code, to ask for the Crocker Theater treatment, which is
popcorn. You get popcorn.
Yeah,
they bring popcorn to your tent.
That's right.
Yeah, it's an all gravel lot in downtown Elgin.
Oh yeah, it's still there, isn't it? Still there.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
And then of course there's always that building on State Street just south of Lawrence that used to be, I think it was an iron fabrication type of place.
Oh sure, right.
Yeah, that looks like it came right out of the opening credits of Sanford and Son. So I mean, it was really a pleasant thing there. But I was going to call and talk trash.
Okay, let's talk a little trash here on the show.
Let's talk some trash, my friend.
Yeah.
I find it completely, very, very ironic that the city council has been talking about the new plan that they're leaning towards, which is cheaper than waste management, and they're going back and forth and really hashing out and deciding, should they take the lowest responsible bidder, which they haven't in one particular case in the past. But I find it very unusual that they're diagramming and getting into this so bad when they don't put up a request for a proposal on economic development. They award no bid contracts. But now this one for garbage, well, it's a contract and we've got a responsibility and on and on and on. Yet they pump over or close to $300,000 to the chamber every year to bring more businesses and jobs here. And then they pump another almost $300,000 to the Downtown Neighborhood Association to bring businesses and jobs into downtown. And they're utter failures there. But we can fight over garbage and recycling and, putting plastic and paper in that, which is all very valid. But I do want to make a point about waste management. And they have been just outstanding, serving the city. They've been from a behind-the-scenes scenario when I was on the council. If the city needed some sponsorship of an event, they were always there, writing checks and having a booth and being active in the community. And there was one thing that I thought was very important that was said at the council meeting is that the drivers who have been with the city been with Waste Management for so long, know the routes. They know the intricacies of picking things up. And I think that's very, very important.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Now, if you're ready for my solution on the homeless situation, I can hold through the break or I can call another time.
Yeah.
You can't capsulize it in 90 seconds?
No, he only has about 30.
Oh, never mind. He can't do that.
Yeah. Have you got time, John? We can put you on hold here.
We will.
Yeah. I'll be real brief if you come back to me a little bit.
Okay.
I've got some interesting things that the mayor said last Thursday I want to talk about.
All right. We'll be back.
All right. John, Director of Shots Fired, Priggy. Mortis has set in.
He's way beyond the scope now. He's gone outside the shots fired.
That's one of his areas, one of his departments.
One of his departments.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's coming up on 8:30. We're going to catch a little local news here real quick in sports and then come back with John Prigge, Part 2, and Genius George, and maybe you at 847-931-1410 on a wonderful Wednesday.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Sky Rizzi. The City of Elgin launching a Civilian Review Board, or CRB, to oversee the city's police department. The initiative aims to enhance oversight on recruitment practices and ensure the police force reflects the community's racial, gender, and cultural diversity. You can find out about being a part of the board by contacting the City of Elgin. The Elgin Police Department has welcomed Natalie Cook as its new community outreach and reentry specialist. With a background in probation and case management, Cook is set to lead initiatives that support individuals reintegrating into the community after incarceration. Batavia Park District is set to unveil 2 new parks with the dedication of Peter Frieders Park and Coventry Park on August 24th. The opening ceremony for Peter Frieders Park is scheduled for 10 a.m., followed by Coventry Park at 11 a.m. Both ceremonies will be overseen by members of the Parks Department and will feature a ribbon cutting. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 1 pallet or more of select shingles. Plus, save 10% when you buy 68 or more select OSB sheathing. And if you find a lower price in-store or online, we'll match it. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at Lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. Bears rookie quarterback Caleb Williams won't play in tomorrow night's preseason game against the Chiefs. The matchup at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. It's the preseason finale for both teams. The Giants beat the White Sox 4-1 in San Francisco. Robbie Ray, 9 strikeouts over 6 2/3. The White Sox lost their 4th in a row and clinched their 14th consecutive series defeat. They're just 3-30 over their last 33 games. The Cubs beat the Tigers 3-1 at Wrigley Field on Tuesday. Javier Assad improves to 6-3, 7 strikeouts over 5 2/3. He allowed 6 hits. Cody Bellinger hit an RBI double in the 5th, and Dansby Swanson ripped a solo homer in the 6th. The Cubs remain 5.5 games out of the 3rd and final wild card in the National League.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
It's the perfect time to get a jump on fall style at Macy's Ultimate Shopping Event, where you'll find incredible savings on the wardrobe update you need. Shop great looks you can wear now and later, with an extra 25% off designer brands that rarely go on sale, and 15% off your favorite makeup, fragrance, skincare, and more. Get ready for your best fall yet. Today at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Last year's RV trip, we met a couple with the same bumper sticker. What are the odds?
Your cousin isn't a good storyteller.
He was a podiatrist, or was it a pharmacist?
You don't say.
Oh, I can't remember.
But she owns an RV protected by Progressive, and you don't. So until you get your own RV, her stories are the most interesting stories you've ever heard.
Wow, interesting.
And when you do get your own RV, save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive.
Oh, anesthesiologist. He was an anesthesiologist.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other.
It's the time of the year where storms and inclement weather can pop up unexpectedly. If you have a generator powered by a small engine, keep it running like a top. Don't do the tune-up yourself. Let Ames Small Engine Repair at 674 Laurel Street in Elgin handle your generator. Ames can do oil changes, spark plugs, and make all the necessary adjustments. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, Ames Small Engine can do it all. Don't forget, it's not too early to think about a lawnmower tune-up. Call 847-742-8750.
Sometimes it's hard to be a woman.
Yeah, I hear you, Tammy.
all your love to just one man.
And trying to learn how to announce baseball games.
You'll have bad times, and he'll have good times.
8:35 here at WRMN.
That you don't.
Queued up a tune really quickly there. On this date in 2008, drummer Buddy Harmon died of congestive heart failure at the age of 79. Old Buddy worked with Elvis Presley, Patsy Cline, Roy Orbison, Johnny Cash on Ring of Fire, with Roy Orbison on Pretty Woman, with Tammy Wynette on this song, Stand By Your Man. And so drummer Buddy Harmon is behind the choice of this song this time around. And we're standing by our men on the telephone right now, Larry Jones.
And our man is standing by us.
And we got two of our main men on hold right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Two main men?
Yeah.
Wow.
Amongst many.
Amongst many.
Sam I Am has been one of our main men today.
Yes.
Bob of Wendy and the Bobs.
Yes.
And James, of course.
Of course.
But now we're back to Prigamortis setting back in. John Prigge is back. Hey, John.
Hey, that interesting you brought up the phrase two main men. I think that was the third cut on a Rod McEwen record I listened to years and years ago. There was a song called Two Main Men. Huh. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to say, I always enjoy when you have the mayor on, and when you had Ken Brutally last Thursday as well. Ken gets it about the homeless issue. He gets it. The mayor doesn't. The solution is going to come more political, I believe, in this campaign, because now you're in a position for the council in next April. You've got incumbents who have done nothing towards the homeless issue, and hopefully you'll have challengers that will have an idea or a plan to put in, and then try to get some things done that take this huge scab off of the city of Elgin. Now, I'm talking reputation-wise. I've talked to Anna Lally several months ago about putting signs up at intersections that say, please do not provide items and money and things to the homeless. Donate money and things to other agencies that will help them. And I also suggested to the chief that she have her officers write citations. If you're giving money at an intersection, it's distracted driving. That's how one of the things you do to stop it. But if you can stop the source of the bleeding, you can get healthy, right? I mean, it would seem to be that way, but no one wants to touch it. I get photos sent to me on a regular basis from people who live nearby places where the homeless will sleep, and generally it's Festival Park. That's getting to be a new thing because you have a little playground area for kids. Yeah. And you can sleep on the slides if you want. But I'm glad that Ken gets it. Ken brutally understands it. And, it's just a situation that begins with, closing the parks, Lord's Park and Wing Park, Trout Park. They're all closed at dusk.
Right.
But not the two parks in downtown Elgin. That's a 24/7 operation, man.
Closing.
But, John, you may want to be walking hand in hand with your lady friend down through Festival Park after dark.
Well, even if the parks were closed, I mean, they'd have to continually go back there and enforce the park being closed, right?
Yeah.
All night long, every night.
But at least you would have something instead of just saying, don't be here. But, yeah.
Well, that plus you're saying that if people are given citations for giving money to the panhandlers, that would stop that, which might make it less likely for panhandlers to stand out there.
Yeah.
Correct.
But then again,
I'm just not sure if you're sitting, let's say I'm sitting in the left turn lane southbound on State at Kimball, and I'm at a red light and somebody walks up and I give them a $1 bill. I think that would be a hard distracted driving citation to prove in court.
Well, let me offer something that may give you credibility on that, Larry.
Well, I think I already have it, John.
I don't mean credibility. It's a poor choice of words. But what I'm saying is that your reason, if the police are going to give tickets for putting your hand on your cell phone, whether
that's
you're on
covered,
it or not,
John, that's covered in the state statute.
Right, and
that's
I'm saying, if you are at a stoplight and you are not distracted by someone coming up to you, or I'm sorry, if you are distracted by that should be distracted driving. You're not concentrating on the light. You're not concentrating on your surroundings. The same thing with women or men putting makeup on. We see that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The eyeliners, all this. I mean, those women who do that are surgeons. I mean, they really
are. I know that.
It's unbelievable.
I can't even find where I sat something down in the seat next to me, and they're putting their makeup on for the day.
I know, it's crazy.
I know.
But that's it. And until that happens, and this issue is going to be kicked down the street. The can will be kicked forever, and I guarantee you, nobody on this council is going to do anything to propose any ideas to deal with the homeless, especially the ones who are up for re-election. That's not going to happen. I mean, look at the plight that Bob was going through with his tent,
right,
in the yard. It's too bad. Out of 9 sources of help, nobody will give him the time of day to get some type of intervention. Yet there are buildings, that are that the city owns property that are in worse condition than that. If I had a neighbor whose garage burnt down and they put up a tent temporarily, I wouldn't get. Try rubbing salt in the wound.
I know,
but that's the way it is. That's the way it goes. And I just thought, there's many steps, but you got to have someone that wants to bring it forth and get an acceptance or get feedback on it. And there's nobody to do that. So maybe what do we do? What do we do, guys? We open up Lord's Park and Wing Park and Trout Park overnight. Now, there's some good camping up there at Trout Park.
There would be.
Yeah.
Mark, can you bring it? Can you bring it up to Trout Park? Get you to park on second base.
Yeah, I could bring the camp or even the hippie van up there just for the night.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I forgot about the hippie van. Yeah. Well, that's enough of Prigga Mortis for today. I'm going to move on and listen to others and just say thanks for the opportunity and holding through the break.
Yeah, well, thanks for holding,
Thanks,
John.
John. Take care.
Yeah, appreciate it. Take care, man.
Bye.
Bye. John Prigge
Yes.
calling in. Well, the other way, I mean, if you're going to stop the bleeding, is that what he kind of...
That's what he said.
Yeah. You could stop providing services for the homeless. Then that might mean there would be less homeless around here, right? Stop serving them at the church. Stop giving them a place to sleep.
Yeah.
Things like that.
You could.
Stop bringing food to Tent City, because I think they're even doing that sometimes.
Kind of a tough love approach.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, there's certainly ways to eradicate the homeless situation.
Yeah.
If you want to be cruel and all that, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know. That's not usually the way we operate.
8:43 here at WRMN. I'm just saying.
I know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will stay on the phones.
Think that was a good point.
I mean, there's ways.
There are ways.
But, it's an interesting dilemma. It's certainly a huge dilemma.
It is a dilemma. It is. And, for years, municipalities regulated who could be in the street soliciting. But then that pesky old court said that wasn't legal.
Yeah.
They spoil so many things.
And also things, and I think it's also hard to crack down on things that happen so randomly. That's why I think shots fired are hard to crack down on.
Of course they are.
Because it's random. You never know where.
I mean, I guess, and to take John's point, you would know, like, you see someone at this intersection
all the time.
Right. That probably would be where I'd start.
Yeah,
now, I've been out of law enforcement a long time, but that's where I think I would start, where they're there all the time. But again, you just push them somewhere else. That's all you would do.
Yeah.
Just push and push and push.
And if there was a squad car sitting there to hand out citations for those who give money to the homeless, then that person and people knew that became a new ordinance. Well, I guess that would mean they wouldn't do it then, right? They wouldn't get the citation, which would then solve the problem.
Yeah.
But
you're also, I mean, I understand it. It's a question of the problem, the seriousness of it, and whether you want. I don't ever speak for Chief Lally, but there's a question of, do you want your police officers out ticketing people for helping people who are down and out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's kind of a, yeah.
Yeah.
I know John drew a parallel about using your phone. Well, the statute about using your phone is quite clear. It's quite clear. You can't.
Yeah, and as soon as someone who speaks up gets a ticket for giving $1,
I know,
to a homeless person at the intersection, they're going to say, don't the police have better things to do besides give me a ticket for giving $1 to a homeless person at an intersection?
And don't forget, you're putting the police in a situation of talking to people about what they would. Pretty soon they'll say you can't do that because you're being too petty. It's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm not saying John's idea doesn't have merit. I'm just not sure it gets to the root of the problem. That's all.
846 here at WRMN.
The idea of you taking your camper places and filling it with homeless people is inviting, though.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, it would be.
Let's go back to the phones and check in with Genius George this morning.
That's right.
Hey, George, good morning.
Well, I'm not as erudite as your previous caller, and I'm not ready to tackle the homeless issue. All I did was call in to request a song.
Yeah? Okay.
Is that song for our show or the show Mark has? It's all fun and games after I leave.
Larry, it's for any show.
Okay.
And there's a story that goes with it, and it's serendipitous that I'm listening to this talk about tents and getting to second base, because that is sort of the genesis of this song. The song is, and it was a big hit in 1970, you'll remember it, Larry, In the Summertime by Mungo Jerry. Mungo Jerry had this massive international hit in the summer of 1970, and the story that goes with that song. So I'm almost 14 years old in the summer of 1970, and we had just moved from the west side of Chicago to Hoffman Estates, and we moved there. And our first summer, we find out about tents, and we could have a tent. We never had a tent in the city. So we find out we could have a tent in our yard. We had a side yard on the side of the driveway and then a backyard, but we had the tent on the side yard, and it was a great situation for us until my mom found a young woman's bra in that tent. There was a young woman from across the street. Her name was Geraldine Marshall. And I could tell you, I still, in my mind's eye, I see that bra, 32A. That's what the bra size was.
Wow.
And my mom found that bra, and that was the end of the tent. We had to take the tent down. But we were allowed, yes. You know, Larry, we were just in that experimental thing.
Of course you were.
Second base.
Of course.
And trying to stretch a double into a triple. But nonetheless.
I just wanted to get to bat. That's all I was trying to do. I spent most of those
Put me in, Coach.
I spent most of those years in the on-deck circle.
I can hit the ball, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was hitting the bat at the Tiffin Theater quite a bit back in those days. But nonetheless, and James will remember the Tiffin Theater on North Avenue. Nonetheless, my mom kind of gave in a little bit and let us. We had a 1967 Ford. It was a Ford. I think it might have been, I don't know, a Galaxy. It was just a family car, Ford car. And she let us sleep out in that car. So my brother and I think I would take the back seat. He would take the front seat, or we would alternate. We'd sleep in the car. And across the street from us, we had just a little 3-bedroom ranch, $25,000 home in Hoffman Estates at that particular time. And across the street, kitty corner, was the nicest house on the block. It was owned by a captain, an airline captain from Continental Airlines. His name was Patrick, and he was older. He had to be in his 50s, and he seemed 150 years old then. Now, number one, who names, if your last name is Patrick, who names their son Patrick?
It's terrible.
Patrick? You got to go through life with that? Even if you shorten it and go to Pat or Patty Patrick, come on, that just doesn't work. But Mr. Patrick, we called him, was he had a younger wife, and we knew that he liked to have a drink or two. And he had a 1968 Ford Mustang Fastback. I'll never forget that car. It was the coolest car, and he drove that car. Here's a guy who's an airline captain who, I don't know, his cruising speed is 500 miles an hour. He would drive that car down main streets in Hoffman Estates 25 miles an hour. I mean, people would pass him by down these residential, busier streets because he was crawling along. So one night, my brother and I were in the car. It had to be 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. We hear this ruckus, and there's Mr. Patrick, came home in his Mustang Fastback, probably had too much to drink, and he knocked over the garbage cans with his car. And his wife comes out. His wife was at least 10 years younger, and she stirred our Purian interests a little bit. And she came out, and she started beating him up with a plastic lawn chair. So my brother and I are watching all this unfold. He's got the garbage can knocked over. The Mustang is still running. The door's open, and she's hitting him with a lawn chair.
Nice.
Okay. End of story, except in the morning, 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning, whatever time it was, my brother and I are just getting up, I guess, from a sleepover in the car. And we see Mr. Patrick in full uniform with his little attaché case getting ready to head to the airport. And I'm telling you, I had a fear of flying for years, thinking that sometime I'm going to get into an airplane with some guy who's been out drinking all night, and now he's dressed up in his pilot's uniform, ready to roll.
Yeah, if you can't steer a Mustang, it makes you a little worried about a big jet, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No kidding. So that's a song, Mark, In the Summertime by Mungo Jerry. Do you know the song? You must know it.
When I play it, I probably will, but I don't.
Oh, God,
I don't right now.
I just heard it.
It's a little bit annoying, but it was a monster hit.
Okay.
It's evocative of a particular time.
In the summertime, is it that song?
That's it.
Yeah.
When the weather's right. How about this one? Have a drink, have a drive. Talk about a different time in history. Have a drink, have a drive. Go out and see what you could find.
Yeah, it was a different time. Yes.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
All right, George. Well, thanks for calling, buddy.
Yes, we'll talk soon.
All right, take care.
By the way, I've got an oncology appointment. I'll be 5 blocks from the United Center, so I'll report in later about what a lockdown looks like.
Maybe you'll see Hillary Clinton. Keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something. I love Hillary Clinton.
Really?
Number one on my I shouldn't say love her. I liked her, but number one on my list, and she looked stunning last night. Michelle Obama. Oh my God.
Well, to each his own.
Yeah.
To each his own is right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, George. Well, take care.
Talk to you soon.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
8:53 here at WRMN. No Cubs talk from George today.
I know.
But we do have to talk a little bit about SB Nation.
Right. Especially now that the White Sox are mathematically eliminated.
How could it possibly take so long? They're 30-96.
I don't know.
If they won, as of 2 days ago, if they won 38 in a row, they could still make the playoffs with a record of like 68-94.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Wait, they shouldn't. If they can, it shows the fallacy with that system.
Yeah.
They shouldn't even be in the American League. They shouldn't be in baseball.
I know.
That even makes me more mad about that I'm going to go see them.
You're going to the Friday game to see the White Sox, huh?
Yeah. I'm an idiot.
Season ticket sale, did you hear the prices are going down?
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Cutting them 10% next year.
They should make them like market price. What do you give me for this?
Right.
Yeah.
SB Nation might be a little bit of talk about Javier Baez coming back to town to face the Cubs for the first time since he's been gone.
Did you see anything? How was he treated?
I think they gave him the royal treatment.
Good.
Yeah, they gave him a big ovation and they put his El Mago on his locker and all that kind of stuff.
He was a focal point for a while of that team. Even though he struck out a lot, could not play small ball. Could not. No. Anyway. A good place to check on all these things is SN Sports, B is in Blog Nation. There's a blog for any sport you're interested in. To get there, get to the App Store. Get the SB Nation app for your smartphone or tablet. You can always log in at sbnation.com. However you get there, when you get there, please check out the Nice on Ice blog.
Right.
See what everybody Shepherd Price writing about. Then you can go anywhere. A lot of stuff going on with the Bears, they play tomorrow night.
Yeah.
No starters.
No.
None. That's all right. It's time now.
Yeah.
Let them rest. And people leave their opinion. If you feel strongly, you can too. But what I like best is you don't have to. And you can go there when you want to. That's pretty nice. You got a little spare time, you want to hide, you can blog.
Right.
Got a little time in the washroom, blog in the washroom.
Sitting next to your classic car at the car show for a while.
Whatever you can do, you can do it on there. So do us all a favor. Check out SB Nation. See if sports blogging is for you.
It's got to be very frustrating to be the Detroit Tigers manager and have to manage and put Javier Baez in the lineup every day.
Yeah,
he was batting ninth last night.
He would
ninth.
They would have liked to have him 10th, but that didn't work.
Yeah.
No, he's
184 batting average, 6 home runs, 37 RBIs.
Yes.
Still takes that big wild swing. I saw him strike out 3 times.
Yeah.
And he's still under contract 3 more years after this season with Detroit in a 6-year, $140 million contract. They're going to have no choice but to eat the money.
And that's what you'll have to do. You'll finally there'll be a cost-benefit analysis and say, we're going to eat millions and millions, but we can't play him.
Maybe he's still playing a good shortstop. I don't know. I don't watch the Tigers play.
But you got to have a stick. Gotta.
Yeah.
Got to be. You don't have to be a big boomer, but you got to have somebody that gets on base, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know baseball much more than I do. But
what a terrible signing that was for the Tigers. I have not been disappointed a day since he left the Cubs that he's not a Cub anymore.
Yeah, you never walked in and said, gosh, I miss Javi.
I was wrong all this time about Javi.
He's such a good ball player and team player. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, James is back for one last quickie, I guess.
He's probably going to tell me I'm wrong about Hillary Clinton, too.
Don't have much time, James, but welcome back.
Hey, guys, real quick. George's story about the airline pilot reminded me of that comedy skit with Dean Martin and Foster Brooks.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If you could play that, I don't think it's too long, all that long, but on another show or whatever, if you could play that, it's absolutely hilarious. And that sparked my memory on that. So anyway, that's all I wanted to call in.
Okay.
All right, James. Thanks, man.
Okay, guys.
Have a good day. That is a very funny bit.
Yeah.
Foster Brooks, you know who he is?
No.
Oh. He is the consummate comedic drunk.
Oh, really? I'd probably like his comedy then.
He's very good. Yes.
Huh. 8:57, down to the nitty-gritty. Thanks, everybody, for checking in with us on YouTube today.
Yes.
Al Cox checked in. Robles Ralph this morning. Northwest Wes. Charlie. He's a lot like Patrick.
Yes.
Only he's Charlie. BHB checked in on YouTube today. Hey, Dean Delaley said, God morning, Fox River Valley, First Shifters, and our guy Larry and Marky B have a great and wonderful sun-filled day.
Yes.
Amboy Jeff continuing to urge everybody to come on out to Depot Days this weekend in Amboy, Illinois.
Come on out.
Should be a hot weekend for it, but I guess it is August. JP Car Shows said it was nice to see the hippie van last night.
In a prominent spot.
He put me in a great spot.
You were the pivot man.
Thanks, JP, for doing that.
Yeah.
Dan Maloney enjoyed the Buckinghams earlier. Yeah. Wonderful Wilma checking in. And First Shift Sherry, along with Brendan, who says, hey, WRMN listeners, I'm Brendan.
Yes. He's one of our more loyal listeners.
He is. Thanks, Brendan, for checking in.
And, we put the call out this morning, first thing saying we want calls. People stepped up.
You answered the call.
And we appreciate that.
Thanks. All right, I'm back for a fun hour next hour.
A fun-filled, fun chat, Del. Keep it solo.
Keep it right here.
Thanks, everybody.
Missouri Elgin campus is intent in their commitment to open doors and support those who strive for excellence. Too many people have been made to feel that higher education isn't a place for them, that it is someone else's dream. But Columbia College of Missouri has changed all that. With individualized attention and ongoing support, Columbia College knows a future built by you is a future built for you. Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus, your new starts now. Visit ccis.edu.
Oh no, I just hit that post and my car's got a dent.
Uh-oh, better get Mako.
Oh yeah? Where are they?
Mako is America's body shop. They're the world's largest provider of paint and collision services. They're located at 212 Western Avenue in Carpentersville, across from Spring Hill Mall. I've used them. Check out my car.
Wow, looking good.
Everything was so easy and affordable. Hummer and staff were super friendly and really knew their stuff.
I'm going to call them now.
Mention WRMN 1410 at the Carpentersville Mako and
your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 9 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by the U.S. Postal Service. The Elgin Police Department has welcomed Natalie Cook as its new community outreach and reentry specialist. With a background in probation and case management, Cook is set to lead initiatives that support individuals reintegrating into the community after incarceration. Batavia Park District is set to unveil 2 new parks with the dedication of Peter Frieders Park and Coventry Park on August 24th. The opening ceremony for Peter Frieders Park is scheduled for 10 a.m., followed by Coventry Park at 11 a.m. Both ceremonies will be overseen by members of the Parks Department and will feature a ribbon cutting. The City of Elgin launching a Civilian Review Board, or CRB, to oversee the city's police department. The initiative aims to enhance oversight on recruitment practices and ensure the police force reflects the community's racial, gender, and cultural diversity. You can find out about being a part of the board by contacting the City of Elgin. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 1 pallet or more of select shingles. Plus, save 10% when you buy 68 or more select OSB sheathing. And if you find a lower price in-store or online, we'll match it. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at Lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Bialek's Bar and Grill, Wisconsin Dells, is the quintessential American grill and bar, with refined rustic cuisine and award-winning libations. Their honest, feel-good food menu is complemented by a beer list to satisfy every taste. Classic cocktails and our signature shakes, rich and creamy with a splash of boozy goodness just to shake things up a little bit. Bialek's Grill and Bar, classic American cuisine with a contemporary twist.
What's the best way to get rid of a timeshare that you don't want? Call the Timeshare Exit Hotline. We're a group of attorneys that help customers legally exit their timeshares. It's an easy process. We guarantee results or you pay nothing. Exit your timeshare today. Call now.
800-890-5957. 800-890-5957. That's 800-890-5957.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Giants beat the White Sox 4-1 in San Francisco. Robbie Ray, 9 strikeouts over 6 2/3. The White Sox lost their 4th in a row and clinched their 14th consecutive series defeat. They're just 3-30 over their last 33 games. The Cubs beat the Tigers 3-1 at Wrigley Field on Tuesday. Javier Assad improved to 6-3, 7 strikeouts over 5 2/3. He allowed 6 hits. Cody Bellinger hit an RBI double in the 5th, and Dansby Swanson ripped a solo homer in the 6th. Chicago's now 2nd in the NL Central, but they're 11.5 games out of first place behind Milwaukee. The Cubs remain 5.5 games out of a wild card in the National League. The Bears wrap up the preseason tomorrow against the Chiefs. Top overall pick Caleb Williams won't play in the game.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
It's the perfect time to get a jump on fall style at Macy's Ultimate Shopping Event, where you'll find incredible savings on the wardrobe update you need. Shop great looks you can wear now and later with an extra 25% off designer brands that rarely go on sale and 15% off your favorite makeup, fragrance, skincare, and more. Get ready for your best fall yet. Today at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Last year's RV trip, we met a couple with the same bumper sticker. What are the odds?
Your cousin isn't a good storyteller.
He was a podiatrist, or was it a pharmacist? You don't say. Oh, I can't remember.
But she owns an RV protected by Progressive, and you don't. So until you get your own RV, her stories are the most interesting stories you've ever heard.
Wow, interesting.
And when you do get your own RV, save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive.
Oh, anesthesiologist. He was.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
A recent Gallup poll indicated that 38% of Americans are putting off health care because of financial concerns, the highest ever recorded. I'm Dr. Bob Martin, here to serve you every Sunday afternoon from 1 to 4. Millions of Americans are seeking health advice that will not cost an arm and a leg, so I offer health tips and advice absolutely free. Listen to my show, Sunday afternoons from 1 to 4 right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM, the voice of the Valley and the home of Radio Shopping Show.
Check. Okay. Check. Test. Welcome back. It is a Wednesday morning, and it is time for more Music Hour here at WRMN, the final hour of the first shift today. Coming up, and in about an hour, Matt's going to be on the air, and I think he might be getting a massage today or something on the air, so that should be interesting. We'll see what that's all about. It's Out to Lunch. And the new time for Out to Lunch is 10 to 1. It was noon to 2 before. Matt has guests on the program sometimes, and he lets you know what's going on in the area with an expansive calendar. And when he's going over some things, it's good to watch Matt on YouTube if you can, because he actually accesses the website and starts to point out things on the website. So if you're ever wanting to see how to surf around websites, Matt's really good at that and kind of points things out as he speaks. So it's Out to Lunch today from 10 until 1, and that's all on the way. Democracy Now! Having a big week because they've been broadcasting a lot of information from the Democratic National Convention. So that's from 1 until 2 today. Get caught up on the DNC with Democracy Now! And they're pretty down the middle, I think. They cover both sides of the spectrum, both sides of the fence, if you will. From 2 until 4, Tammy's in with the first half of Fox Valley Afternoons. And who knows what Tammy has in store today. Yesterday, she had Sue Castle on for a while from Newman's Corner Pub. I thought that was an interesting get-together between a bunch of ladies, as Tammy had all of her lady friends that she has as co-hosts on her show. They were all on Zoom yesterday from various locations around. So if you were watching it on YouTube, you could see all the faces of the ladies that were on yesterday between 2 and 4. And then they added an extra lady with Sue Castle. And they talked about Sue owning a bar in Hampshire, the village of Hampshire a little bit, and also Sue's new adventure coming soon of living in an RV. And I'm not sure that's the same type of lifestyle that Tammy could see herself living. But that's what makes the world go round, right? Interesting conversation. A little girl talk. They had a fashion segment yesterday, which, even though I'm not in the market for those items, I thought it was kind of intriguing to listen to their thoughts. That's the first half of Fox Valley Afternoons from 2 until 4 today. Then it's a Apolitical Talk Show Part 2 of the Fox Valley Afternoon Show from 4 until 6. and listen in and hear what Sonar and Ben Damoni and Boquist and their guests have to say about politics and other news. They're going to have guests on their show, too. Next week, I know for one, because I scheduled him, Mark Rice, who's running for Congress, will be a guest on the afternoon show with Sonar and Ben. That'll be next Tuesday. I believe Mark Rice will be on the air. Tuesday or Wednesday. It might be Wednesday. Let me double check on that. They'll interview candidates. They'll talk about political topics. They'll talk about the presidential election, and I'm sure they are going to have some local politicians join them on the show, too, on a fairly regular basis over the next several months. It's Fox Valley Afternoons from 2 until 6. You need more of a political fix than listen in during the evenings. Brian Kilmeade, who's held down the fort from 10 until 12 and 9 until 12 and at various times of the day here at WRMN, can now be heard from 6 until 9 in the evenings. Obviously, the show's tape delayed, but Brian still covers a lot of things that have happened and are happening in the political world, and he has other great guests, too. Brian Kilmeade from Fox and Friends from 6 until 9, and right now, Tom Hartman holding down the late night fort, representing the Democratic side with his show from 9 until midnight. That's your lineup today. It's 10 past 9 here at WRMN. Music on the way here in a moment. Let me get you caught up on the forecast, and we will do maybe some more comments this hour too. We grazed over the comments on YouTube and on our information line today, the Image 360 information line at 505-926-1410, but I like to go a little deeper and read the full comments when I can, so maybe we'll take a couple of minutes to catch up on a few comments this hour, too. We have a request by George. We'll work that in, Mungo Jerry, and yes, I do know that song, in the summertime, so we'll work that in this hour. If you have a request, you can type it in on YouTube, in our chat room at WRMN Radio on YouTube, or on the Image 360 information line at 505-926-1410. It's another amazing weather day here in the Fox River Valley. Get you caught up on a current update. We have a high of 77 in the forecast. We're at 65 right now in the 9 o'clock hour. Fair skies. 77 for the high today. Clear skies and 52 tonight. Sunny and 79 tomorrow. We'll back to 81 by Friday. And then we get back into summertime for a couple of days. Saturday's high 87 and Sunday's high 88. Mostly sunny both days. Really no rain in the forecast. Maybe a quickie shower on Saturday afternoon, but I wouldn't count on it. It's only a 20% chance right now. And we'll actually get to 91 degrees by next Monday. So summer's not done yet. It's just given us a nice long reprieve here in the last couple of weeks. 9:12 here at WRMN. Thanks to Certified Crazy Kathy for checking in on YouTube. At WRMN Radio on YouTube, she says, "It's me, loyal listener. Hi to Larry and Mark." Larry's gone for today. We had a little bit of discussion on the homeless situation of Elgin. I do have still that 7-minute clip I want to play that my friend David Tees recorded last week. And don't want for it to get too far away from us, so maybe I'll try to find a spot in the show to play that for you tomorrow. And it's something we could actually play a couple of times if it needs to be played again on Friday to get the thoughts of Larry and Jake's. It's interesting. I'm not sure where you go with some of the things this homeless man had to say, but it's interesting what he had to say. And so we'll hear from him in the next 48 hours or so here on the show. Maybe in the next 24. 9:13 here at WRMN. All right, on this day in music history, let me find my cursor here and I'll let you know what happened. On this day in music history, Journey was in the news because Journey produced a birthday boy. On August 21st of 1954, Steve Smith was born, and he was a drummer for Journey. I'm not sure if he's still in the current band, that makes up Journey? Probably not. But Steve Smith from Journey turns 70 years old today. I also, earlier this morning in the 6 o'clock hour, played a song by Survivor, because on this date in the year 2000, they filed a lawsuit against TVT Records after TVT Records released a soundtrack to the television show Survivor. The guitarist from the band Survivor said, "Hey, that ain't fair." Frankie Sullivan said, "It's unfortunate that after 23 years of building, promoting, and protecting the name of our band, someone can actually suddenly come up along and release a recording that uses our name and takes away everything we have worked for." I don't know, could be a stretch. Could be seeking out some funds. But that was the thoughts of Frankie Sullivan from the band Survivor. So I think we're going to start this music set with a couple of 80s songs. One from Journey and one from Survivor. The Journey song will give us some good momentum. The Survivor song is one of their love ballads from the 80s, which is a very, very good song. And then we'll stay on the love theme for a moment, and we'll play some 10cc in this music set as well. Because 10cc was mentioned in the news. On this date in history, from August 21st of 1976, the Rolling Stones, Leonard Skinner, Todd Rundgren, Utopia, well, that was Todd Rundgren's band, Utopia, I guess, Hot Tuna, and 10cc all appeared at the Knebworth Festival, or the Knebworth Festival in England. Gives me an excuse to play a 10cc song that, it's all right. We'll see if you like it. I'm sure you'll remember it once you hear it. And it's coming up in this set. It's 9:16, more Music Hour, WRMN AM 1410, WRMN Radio on YouTube. Can we kill the jazz, producer guy? Thank you. You're welcome. And now some Journey on WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Only the Young. It was from that wrestling movie from the early 80s, wasn't it? Just can't think of the movie. Journey on the first shift.
Shadows of a ghost. for doubting what you feel. I was always reaching. You were just a girl I knew. I took for granted the friend I have in you. I was living for a dream, loving for a moment, taking on the world. That was just my style. Now I look into your eyes, I can see forever. The search is over. You were with me all the while. Can we last forever? Will we fall apart? At times it's so confusing. The questions of the heart. You followed me through changes. Impatiently you'd wait till I came to my senses through some miracle of fate. I was living for a dream, loving for a moment, taking on the world. That was just my style. Now I look into your eyes, I can see forever. The search is over. You were with me all the while. Now the miles stretch out behind me, loves that I have lost, broken hearts lie victims of again. Then good luck, it finally struck like lightning from the blue. Every highway's leading me back to you. Now at last I hold you. Now all is said and done. The search has come full circle. Our destinies are one. So if you ever love me, show me that you give a damn. We'll know for certain the man I really am. I was living for a dream, loving for a moment, taking on the world. That was just my style. Then I touched your hand, I could hear you whisper, the search is over. Love was right before my eyes.
You know, there's certain artists. If you're a man, you probably wish your voice was like. Jimmy Jamison, I think, would qualify for that for me. What a great voice. The voice of Survivor. For some of their ears, here's 10cc, the things we do for love on the first shift.
Too many broken hearts have fallen in the river. Too many lonely souls have drifted out to sea. You lay your bets and then you pay the price. The things we do for love. The things we do for love. Communication is the problem to the answer. You've got a number and your hand is on the phone. The weather's turned and all the lines are down. The things we do for love. The things we do for love. Like walking in the rain and the snow when there's nowhere to go. When you're feeling like a part of you is dying and you're looking for the answer in her eyes. she says she wants to make up. Like walking in the rain and the snow when there's nowhere to go, when you're feeling like a part of you is dying and you're looking for the answer in her eyes. You think you're gonna break up, then she says she wants to make up. Agree to disagree, but disagree to part. When after all it's just a compromise of the things we do for love. 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 The things we do for love.
10cc. 9:27 here on the first shift. WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. The things we do for love. 10cc. Ending up that first set of great music on this Wednesday morning. Survivor in that set with The Search Is Over, and we started the set with some Journey with some good momentum. And Only the Young. 9:28 here at WRMN on this beautiful day. Matt's got Out to Lunch coming up starting next hour. He'll be on the air from 10 until 1. Tammy from 2 until 4. Talk time with Tammy. See what she and the ladies have on their minds today. And see what they think of play-by-play baseball announcers that are female. Maybe I should jump on their show and give my thoughts on that, see what they say. 9:28 here at WRMN. The Image 360 information line is 505-926-1410. Thanks to the commander for checking in earlier this morning to let me know that Burlington Central 301 schools are having their first day of school today. And so just about everybody in the area back at school now. We've seen Northwest West and Northwest Wesley Jr. II back, heading back to St. Mary's for another year. We've seen Jeremiah and Hector and the family drive by earlier this morning. Jeremiah in the U46 school system, so everybody is back in the saddle, and I hope U46 is starting the school year out well this year. And we haven't had too much going on the bad side in the schools yet. Haven't heard many bad things so far, so that's good. It's 9:30 here at WRMN. We're heading for a high of 77 degrees today. We're at 65. Check. And we're going to catch a little news now at the bottom of the hour and maybe catch a couple more comments on YouTube. And on with the second half hour, including George's request. On the way on a Wednesday on WRMN. Good morning.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Linzess. Batavia Park District is set to unveil 2 new parks with the dedication of Peter Frieders Park and Coventry Park on August 24th. The opening ceremony for Peter Frieders Park is scheduled for 10 a.m., followed by Coventry Park at 11 a.m. Both ceremonies will be overseen by members of the Parks Department and will feature a ribbon cutting. The City of Elgin launching a Civilian Review Board, or CRB, to oversee the city's police department. The initiative aims to enhance oversight on recruitment recruitment practices and ensure the police force reflects the community's racial, gender, and cultural diversity. You can find out about being a part of the board by contacting the City of Elgin. The Elgin Police Department has welcomed Natalie Cook as its new community outreach and reentry specialist. With a background in probation and case management, Cook is set to lead initiatives that support individuals reintegrating into the community after incarceration. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 1 pallet or more of select shingles. Plus, save 10% when you buy 68 or more select OSB sheathing. And if you find a lower price in-store or online, we'll match it. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Cubs beat the Tigers 3-1 at Wrigley Field on Tuesday. Javier Assad improves to 6-3, 7 strikeouts over 5 2/3. He allowed 6 hits. Cody Bellinger hit an RBI double in the 5th, and Dansby Swanson ripped a solo homer in the 6th. Chicago's now second in the NL Central, but they're 11.5 games out of first place behind Milwaukee. The Cubs remain 5.5 games out of a wild card in the National League. The Giants beat the White Sox 4-1 in San Francisco. Robbie Ray, 9 strikeouts over 6 2/3. The White Sox lost their 4th in a row and clinched their 14th consecutive series defeat. They're just 3-30 over their last 33 games. The Bears wrap up the preseason tomorrow against the Chiefs. Top overall pick Caleb Williams won't play in the game.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
It's the perfect time to get a jump on fall style at Macy's Ultimate Shopping Event, where you'll find incredible savings on the wardrobe update you need. Shop great looks you can wear now and later with an extra 25% off designer brands that rarely go on sale and 15% off your favorite makeup, fragrance, skincare, and more. Get ready for your best fall yet. Today at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Last year's RV trip, we met a couple with the same bumper sticker. What are the odds?
Your cousin isn't a good storyteller.
He was a podiatrist, or was it a pharmacist?
You don't say.
Oh, I can't remember.
But she owns an RV protected by Progressive, and you don't. So until you get your own RV, her stories are the most interesting stories you've ever heard.
Wow, interesting.
And when you do get your own RV, save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive.
Oh, anesthesiologist. He was an anesthesiologist.
Progressive Casualty
right.
Insurance Company affiliates and other.
Come on out to the Country Donuts, that is, at Route 20 and Nestler Road. They're always open. Donuts are made daily using only the finest ingredients to ensure freshness. Their huge variety of donuts offers something to please everyone. Country Donuts doesn't stop at offering you the best donuts. Enjoy a delicious breakfast sandwich or stop in for lunch and try a bowl of their famous chili. Need a larger or special donut order for your office? Call 847-488-1900. Wake up, Fox River Valley. WRMN AM 1410 is shaking things up with a brand new weekday lineup that'll keep you informed, entertained, and engaged. I'm Marky B, WRMN Program Director and host of The First Shift, inviting you to start your day with The First Shift from 6 to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. Larry Jones, Jakes, myself, and the entire First Shift team bring you the latest local news, entertainment, and, my favorite, more to kick off your morning. Then it's out to lunch with Matt McNeil from 10 until 1 p.m. Tune in for your midday fix of news, interviews, community happenings, and of course, the legendary WRMN Tradio Show. In the afternoon, join us for Fox Valley Afternoons from 2 until 6 p.m. Tammy and friends will chat lifestyle from 2 to 4, while Sonar and his crew dive into politics and news from 4 until 6. Plus, get to know the movers and shakers of the Fox River Valley with exclusive interviews, too. Don't miss out on our new local lineup that's tailor-made for you. WRMN AM 1410, the talk of the town. Tune in and turn it up.
Looking to get your fingers on some delicious grub? Look no further than Sticky Fingers in Carpentersville. Family owned and operated, Sticky Fingers specializes in chicken, fish, and shrimp, which you can choose to have dusted with flavor or doused in the sauce of your choice. Sticky Fingers strives to provide flavorful food with fresh, locally sourced ingredients. Sticky Fingers personally invites you to stop by and try one of their scrumptious dishes today.
For exceptional home-cooked meals, visit the longest family-owned restaurant in Elgin. Paul's Family Restaurant at Lawrence and McLean takes pride in their fresh daily specials like steaks, fish, pasta, soups, and more. Paul's fresh buttermilk pancakes and breakfast skillets are phenomenal. As you walk in, you can't help but notice owner Elaine's wonderful eye for detail. The toughest decision you'll have to make is what size leftover box to take home. Call 847-695-8687.
.36 here at WRMN. As the first shift continues and winds down on this Wednesday, don't forget tomorrow morning here on the show, we will have Brian Anderson in this hour. This is the final More Music Hour of the week, as Brian Anderson is in tomorrow morning with Kane County Speaks. And tomorrow, Brian's guest will be Drew Sosnowski, who is running for Kane County State's Attorney against Jamie Mosser this November. So if you want to hear what Drew's got to say and see if he can win you over, then listen to Drew. He has a lot to say. He's a nice man, and we'll see if he's in for the right reasons. Tomorrow during Kane County Speaks with Brian Anderson, who is a part of that group, Kane County Speaks, a grassroots organization. And remember that is a paid program. It does not reflect the opinions and views of the employees or the management at WRMN Radio or Fox River Valley Media. 9:38 here at WRMN. On Friday morning, it's the Chief in Anna Lally with her show. It's Fridays with the Finest from 9 until 9:30, and then 9:30 until 11, Steve Thoren has got the Senior Community Spotlight Show, followed by Music Memories brought to you by Oak Crest from 10 until 11. Out to Lunch on Friday starts a little bit later at 11 o'clock with Matt. So this is the final 9 o'clock More Music Hour today. Let's get back into it a little bit here. Thanks everybody for chiming in this morning on YouTube for various reasons. All throughout the morning show. Very early this morning at the beginning of the first shift, I played a Kenny Rogers song. Kenny Rogers would have celebrated a birthday today. He was born on this date, 1938, singer-songwriter who has charted more than 120 hit singles across various music genres. And he topped the country and pop albums charts for more than 200 individual weeks in the United States alone during his career. The favorite singer of many, women especially, died on March 20th of 2020 at the age of 81 from natural causes, it says here. So I think we'll dedicate one more song to the birthday of Kenny Rogers here and do a little country set with Kenny Rogers followed by some Johnny Cash. I have Johnny Cash mentioned on the news in This Day in Music History as well. And that is because drummer Buddy Harman, who played and worked with a lot of the great musicians ever, died of heart failure on this day in 2008 at the age of 79. Harman worked with Presley, Elvis Presley, Patsy Cline, Roy Orbison on his song Pretty Woman. He worked with Patsy Cline on Crazy. He worked with Tammy Wynette on a song you heard a part of earlier this morning, Stand By Your Man. And he was first a house drummer for the Grand Ole Opry. He can be heard on over 18,000 different recordings, so Buddy Harman got around. He also played a role in this song by Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire. So we got some Kenny Rogers and Johnny Cash, and then George's request, Mungo Jerry, coming up in this set. And if we have some time, maybe a little Sister Sledge to close us out this morning. It's 9:40. It's the More Music Hour on a beautiful sunshine-filled Wednesday where we head for a high of 77 degrees. Go to WRMN1410.com to find out more about the radio station. And don't forget to come to America's First Responders Fest coming up on Saturday, September the 7th at Panton Mill Park in South Elgin. 11 until 7. Great music all through the day, led by our friends Deacon Frost at 11 a.m. Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones, who I mentioned to somebody last night at John Palero's car show, and he said, "Oh, Rick Lindy's going to be there. Love those guys." I will come and see Rick Lindy play. Rick plays some Johnny Cash and a Jukebox Rock. Jimmy Nick plays the groove. Let me say that one more time. Jimmy Nick plays the blues, and he will at 3:30, and I was thinking about Junkyard Groove. They're my final band of the day. 5:30 until 7 at America's First Responders Fest. Saturday, September the 7th. Again, go to our website, WRMN1410.com. We'll have great emergency vehicles, kids' activities, food trucks, live music all day long, a tremendous car show, and of course, first responder stage tributes throughout the day. Kenny Rogers starts us off in this song set here on WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille.
In a bar in Toledo, across from the depot, on a bar stool she took off her ring. I thought I'd get closer, so I walked on over. I sat down and asked her name. When the drinks finally hit her, she said, "I'm no quitter, but I finally quit living on dreams. I'm hungry for laughter, and here ever after, I'm after whatever the other life brings." In the mirror I saw him, and I closely watched him. I thought how he looked out of place. He came to the woman who sat there beside me. He had a strange look on his face. The big hands were calloused. He looked like a mountain. For a minute I thought I was dead. But he started shaking. His big heart was breaking. He turned to the woman and said, "You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille, with 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. I've had some bad times, lived through some sad times, but this time you're hurting won't heal. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille." After he left us, I ordered more whiskey. I thought how she'd made him look small. From the lights of the bar room to a rented hotel room, we walked without talking at all. She was a beauty, but when she came to me, she must have thought I'd lost my mind. I couldn't hold her, 'cause the words that he told her kept coming back time after time. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille, with 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. I've had some bad times, lived through some sad times, but this time you're hurting won't heal. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille.
is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. Bound by wild desire, I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. The taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. I fell for you like a child. But the fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire, the ring of fire, the ring of fire, the ring of fire.
This is the age.
Summertime when the weather is high, you can stretch right up and touch the sky. When the weather's fine, you got women on your mind. Have a drink, have a drive, go out and see what you can find. If a daddy's rich, take her out for a meal. If a daddy's poor, just do what you feel. Speed along the lane, you can turn or a turn of 25. When the sun goes down, you can make it good and live by. When I grab people, when I dirty, when I mean, we love everybody, but we do as we please. When the weather's fine, we go fishing or go sailing in the sea. We're always happy, life's for living, yeah, that's our philosophy. Sing along with us, dee 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 dee, da 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 da, yeah, we're happy. Da da da, dee da da dee da 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 da. Da 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 da, all right, all right, da 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 da. All right. Soon be summertime and we'll sing again. We go driving or maybe we'll settle down. If she's rich, if she's nice, bring your friends and we'll all go into town. Summertime when the weather is high, you can stretch right up and touch the sky. When the weather's fine, you got women on your mind. Have a drink, have a drive, go
see what you can find. If a daddy's rich, take her out for a meal. If a daddy's poor, just do what you feel. Speed along the lane, you can turn or a turn of 25. When the sun goes down, you can make it good and live by. We're not great people, we're not dirty, we're not mean. We love everybody, but we do as we please. When the weather's fine, we go fishing or go sailing in the sea. We're always happy, lives we live in, yeah, that's our philosophy. Sing along with us, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, da-da-da-da-da, yeah, we're happy.
In a mansion on a hill.
It is 9:53 here at WRMN. That was the song that George requested earlier this morning, In the Summertime, by Mungo Jerry. It's 9:53, as I mentioned. Coming up in the next hour, Matt's going to have his show for you. And that will be Out to Lunch. And today, I think the show is featuring a live massage on the air. We'll see if that happens between 10 and 1 with Matt and Out to Lunch today. And then coming up will be Democracy Now! As they continue their coverage from the DNC in Chicago, 1 until 2 this afternoon. Talk time with Tammy and friends, and she had all her friends with her yesterday. All the ladies run Zoom from various places, and she also had a lady friend here in the studio with her that I arranged for her, and that was Sue Castle from Newman's Corner Pub that came in for a while and chatted as a part of the show. Talk time with Tammy, and then the second half of Fox Valley Afternoons this afternoon with Sonar and Bandamoni and Boquist and their guests and friends. It's a political talk show from 4 until 6. It is, I mentioned 9:53. I was a minute off. It's 9:52 at the moment. It's heading for a high of 77 degrees today. Got one more song I'm going to play for you in just a moment. As soon as I have a chance to cue it up, it's Kim Sledge was in the news on this day in 1957. She was, I guess, one of the sisters with Sister Sledge, and she was actually only 22 years old when Sister Sledge had the number 2 U.S. single, We Are Family. You know, how about all my sisters and me? Kim was one of the sisters, so we will hear from We Are Family from the Sister Sledge coming up to end the set here in just a moment. In the meantime, I want to thank Comfort Keepers of Elgin. Every day here on the program, they bring you the call to order. Earlier in the show at about 7:25, it's part of our staff meeting. It's a part of you getting in on YouTube at WRMN Radio on YouTube and on the Image 360 information line at 505-926-1410. We thank Comfort Keepers of Elgin, and their highly trained and dedicated caregivers are always available to help you and your loved one, especially your loved one, I guess, unless it's you that needs the help, to stay in the comfort of their home for as long as safely possible. It is a dream come true for many elders. So think about Comfort Keepers of Elgin the next time you're thinking of a service that might provide some in-home service for you or somebody in your family or someone you know. Let's hear from Comfort Keepers of Elgin right now, and then we'll finish the hour with some Sister Sledge.
And we're back with WCK, Comfort Keepers Radio. So, Julianne, what got you interested in Comfort Keepers?
Mom passed. We were concerned about Dad being alone.
And Phil, what's it like to have a caregiver around?
Well, it's great. They help me get ready for the day and drive me wherever I need to go.
And I heard you guys are cooking together, too.
I'm learning.
It's been a huge relief knowing someone's there.
Learn more at comfortkeepers.com.
All right, 9:54, and Sister Sledge on the first shift. Thanks for joining me today. I'll be talking to you tomorrow morning again at 6 a.m. on a Thursday. Brian Anderson Show tomorrow morning at 9. King County Speaks.
like birds of a feather. I won't tell no lie. All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? Just let me state for the record, we're giving love in a family dose. We are family. Hey, I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Sing it to me. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Living life is fun, and we just begun to get our share of this world's delight. High hopes we have for the future and our goals in sight. We know we don't get depressed. Here's what we call our golden rule. Have faith in you and the things you do. You won't go wrong. Oh no, this is our family jewel. We are family. Sing it to me. I got all my sisters with me. Sing it to me. We are family. I can hear you, guys. Get up, everybody, and sing. We have faith in you and the things you do. Hey, I got all my sisters with me.
Sister Sledge shutting us down here today with We Are Family. Thanks, everybody, for listening in to the show as we wrap things up today. Coming up next will be Matt. And so we look forward to hearing Matt's show Out to Lunch. Enjoy this beautiful sunshine. Live music again at Panton Mill Park tonight if you want to try to get out. 6:30 until 8. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the sunshine. Won't last forever.
Located in the heart of Wisconsin Dells on beautiful Lake Delton, the Delton Oaks Resort offers a classic Wisconsin family vacation. It's an on-the-lake experience with available cabins, villas, and studio condos, all with home-style comforts and amenities. And extra space for family gatherings, reunions, and small groups. With a private sandy beach and dock, you can splash around, swim, and